If the game of hockey has a capital, this is it. Montreal, Quebec, Canada. This is where it all started, and this is where it still matters most. And do Canadians know who to cheer for? Make no mistake about it. And they will fill the house tonight. At Bell Center, hockey's going to be played. The greatest players from the United States take on the greatest players from Canada. Tony Amonte beat Canada in '96. The U.S. with an upset win. Mario Lemieux captains Team Canada this year and does not intend for that to happen again. Team Canada's home in Montreal against the team they still fear the most. U.S.-Canada next. This is the World Cup of Hockey, and we welcome you to the capital of hockey. This is Montreal, Quebec, Canada, where the United States takes on Canada. Game 1 of the first 3 that are played in pool play, and a sellout crowd is on hand to watch it. This is the World Cup of Hockey. 8 nations putting on the ice, the best players that they have. 4 of those teams are playing in Europe. 4 of them are playing here in North America. This is the first game in North America. In 1996, the United States upset Canada and won the World Cup. Tony Amonte was part of that with a very big goal. Wayne Gretzky has put together a team now that features Mario Lemieux. Canada does not intend to let that happen again. They are coming off a gold medal in the last Olympics, and they intend to cap it by winning the World Cup here in this series. They start tonight against the team they respect the most, the United States. Welcome, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Delighted to have you with us for our coverage tonight. Joining me, Bill Clement, Jeremy Roenick, and this house is going to be alive and kicking. Bill, let's take a look at this team. Team Canada, they are absolutely loaded.
Really deep, Gary. When I look at Team Canada and I think back to the gold medal that they won in 2002 in Salt Lake, I think this is a better team. I know that they are a faster team, they are a younger team, and yes, they have Mario Lemieux, but when you peel off the layers, you don't have to go very deep before you come across 2 guys that we talked about in the Stanley Cup Finals last year, that went head-to-head. One of them is the man that led the Calgary Flames to the Cup Finals, Jarome Iginla. He was so big in 2002 in Salt Lake City, scored big goals for Team Canada. The other little guy he went head-to-head against for the Stanley Cup, Marty St-Louis of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He won the Hart Trophy as the MVP in the NHL during the regular season last year. Also won a Stanley Cup with Tampa Bay. The list is long, the list is deep. Canada is a very talented team with no weaknesses.
Guess which team is being introduced right now? Jeremy Roenick, you were supposed to be playing.
I'm so excited to be here anyway. This is great. This is crowd.
He's ready to do his shift. He's going to put you to work in the booth. Tell us about Team USA. Let's start with Mike Modano.
Well, I'm excited about this whole team, but in my opinion, Mike Modano is one of the huge keys for U.S. By far, in my opinion, one of the best players ever to put on a USA sweater. This Team USA really looks for him to be the offensive push. If he comes out early, scores early, gets his team going offensively, you'll see Keith Tkachuk score, Bill Guerin score, Tony Amonte score. Mike Modano, the huge key offensively. On the flip side, in goal, the big key, the big question about what's going to happen now after the Mike Richter era, the awesome Mike Richter era. I got 3 words for you. Ty Conklin, Rick DiPietro, and Robert Esche. To me, Robert Esche is the man. He's worked hard to get here. If there's anybody on this ice that can show who's the man out here, it's Robert Esche. He's just had surgery in June on his hip. If he's feeling okay, look out. He could steal a game by himself for Team USA. Go Robert Esche!
What a way to open this thing up. 2 of the best, 2 of the favorites to win it all. The United States and Canada. Mario Lemieux will be on the ice to captain their team. We're going to meeting, and Tony Amonte on the benches when we come back. Team USA takes to the ice the best of the United States against the best of Canada. Tony Amonte knows all about World Cup. 96, how good is this? How much fun you having?
This is unbelievable. To start off the tournament, a game like this, feels like a 7th game of Stanley Cup final right here. This is big time, so it's going to be a fun matchup.
I've seen that highlight of the goal that you scored when you beat Team Canada. A memorable moment, obviously, for you.
Obviously, a highlight of my career, the most memorable game. The one everybody talks about the most, and that tournament was just magical for everybody.
Tony, what's it like to come out here knowing you're playing against the best against another country? I mean, what is it for you as a player?
It's great. You know, it's fun. You get the best players in the world. You know it's going to be a pretty open game. It's going to be a lot of offensive skill, and these are the games guys dream about playing in.
Have a great game.
Thanks, Mike.
Tony Amonte joining us here. Let's go over to the Canadian bench and a familiar face along with Bill.
Gary, thanks very much. Mario Lemieux is the captain of Team Canada. Mario, you only played 10 games last year, and I guess we could talk about how's the hip, the back, the shoulder, but the way you've trained this summer, is it possible that tonight we might see a 38-year-old new and improved Mario Lemieux?
Certainly hope so. Like you said, I worked hard this summer to get my hip and my back in good condition, and I'm ready to go. I'm anxious to get going here.
Tell us about this team. It's been retooled since the Olympic gold medal 2 years ago. It's much younger. Some people think that that might be an issue. Is it an issue to you?
Not really. In '87, we had some young guys also that did pretty well. So we got a lot of talent, especially up front. We're very fast, and the young legs should help us a lot this tournament.
When you look at Team USA's roster, a lot of people are saying too old. When you look at Team USA's roster, what do you see?
No, they got some experience. Some guys that have been playing in this competition for a long time, for the last 10 years, and that should help them as well. But I like our team a little bit better.
Mario, thank you.
All right, thank you.
When you think of the World Cup of Hockey, think about passion, think about the privilege of representing your country, think about the USA against Canada, and think about it next.
ESPN2's presentation of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey is brought to you by the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized.
Welcome back, everybody. Here in Montreal, inside Bell Center, it is alive and kicking. This place is going to be full tonight, and these fans are ready as this World Cup goes from Europe, where 2 games have already been played, to North America for the first game to be played here amongst the 4 teams who are here, with the U.S., Canada, Russia going to be involved here, Slovakia as well, and on the ice tonight, U.S.-Canada gets set to go. This is one that's been talked about ever since the schedule came out, and this is what it showed. A lot of Hall of Famers will be on the ice against one another, and we are set for the World Cup. First 3 games are pool play to decide who will be matched up against whom when we get to the elimination round. It's Team Canada wearing the yellow and black jerseys, the United States in the red, white, and blue.
Who designed those jerseys, by the way?
1920, the Canadian jerseys, the first team to win a gold medal in Canada.
The Winnipeg Falcons, and it is called antique gold. And as I was reminded by a couple of the Canadian players, the key word there being gold.
Gold.
Not antique.
Oh.
Gold.
It looks like puke gold to me.
That's awful. Robert Esche is making the start against Martin Brodeur, the 2 netminders. Brodeur for Canada, cleared back out by the U.S. We're going to see Eric Weinrich playing tonight with the flu. He was questionable to start the game. That shot into the netting. So the U.S. depletion on that blue line continues downward as we begin here. I should take a look at the benches. You won't have any trouble distinguishing the teams.
No, just going out of the frame was Vinny Lecavalier. There's so many stories on both of these teams, but one of them was Lecavalier, who actually was a replacement when Steve Yzerman couldn't play. Lecavalier has played himself onto this team, and not only that, was probably their best player in all of their pre-tournament games.
That one is going to be dumped in by Keith Tkachuk. Of course, they did not put names on jerseys back in 1920. That's why the Canadian players, every one of their players is named Canada. That bounces away from Esche on the far side. Going over to get it is Weinrich. He took the hit against the wall, and looks like they come out ready to play. Hull is out there, dumped in by Tkachuk. Tkachuk, Hull, and Modano are working on the same line. Played back on defense by Eric Brewer. Defensively for the United States coming into this series, that is the big issue. Whether or not their blue line can hold up against this very strong forward group from Canada.
Well, I think, like I said earlier in the show, like Mike Modano comes out really early, gets some offensive rushes, and gets his teammates into the game. I don't see how the U.S. can't take an early lead, but they're going to have to weather the storm for a little while.
What a shot in the corner on Tony Amonte.
By Lecavalier.
Vinny Lecavalier had to earn the right to play. A lot of question whether or not he might be a scratch for this game. He obviously is not. He's out there. We're seeing some shots being taken as a retaliation by Weinrich came at the other end. That'll be dumped back out the center. The U.S. had Jay Baumeister out there who put a pretty good shot on as well. Look and chase into the corner. John Michael Lyles playing his first international event as in a U.S. jersey is out there tonight playing defense. He had to make the team because of injuries defensively. That's Lyles in the corner. Knocked away. Still loose behind the net. Centering pass got bounced up in the air as they went to Martin St. Louis. To Richards. Brad Richards a shot. That one got blocked out deep. A tremendous pace. Billy Guerin. Guerin looks it in. Dumped it deep into the corner. Konowalchuk coming back to get it. He got pinned up. Jeff Halpern there. Halpern in the corner. Niedermayer pushed it away. St. Louis takes the hit. Down he goes. Brad Richards with a puck. Richards dumped it out.
There are a bunch of all-stars out there, but it doesn't look much like an all-star game, does it?
Wow. Halpern's got it. You better keep your head on that proverbial swivel there. There's moving it in late. Dropped it off the near side. Shot deflected, and it just went wide. Great chance right there on Martin Brodeur as he was screened out in front. Joe Sakic. Sakic looking again. Shot. That got deflected wide. Got blocked in front. Down on the ice. Leach. He blocked it with his body. Played back to foot. He'll send it in from the red. Quick line changes both ways to start this game, as you would anticipate. Mike Modano was out there. Modano got it, lost it. Sakic backhander. Never got through. They're taking some winds up, but no shots yet. Cleared out by Brett Hull.
I'll tell you what, you can really feel the Canadians' intensity right now. They're really feeding up this building. The fans are into it, and they're hitting hard. They're trying to generate anything they can with their physical play right now.
Boy, are they moving it out. You can tell Team Canada wants to test it. There's Mario Lemieux. Lemieux is feeling great. The back's not hurting. The body's in good shape. He's ready to roll. Says he thinks he'll play about 21-22 minutes tonight.
And Gary, really, he's had it in cruise for the couple of pre-tournament games that he's played, but he is ready to shift it into overdrive.
These teams
Mario just made a hit. You believe it?
Mario Lemieux put a hit on, therefore, be awake.
You know he's serious when he makes a hit.
Shot in, deflected wide into the corner. First shot, Martin Brodeur able to get it. So there's the first shot that we have had in the game, despite the tremendous pace. It's been tough to get a shot through. Wade Redden trying to clear it out of the zone, dropped it into the middle. Here's that Jovanovski. Jovanovski gets tripped. Backhander penalty coming. There's the touch, and there's the whistle. Paul Dvorsky, Brad Watson, our referees. Brian Murphy, Tim Nowak, the lines.
Well, this was created by Eddie Jovanovski of the Vancouver Canucks jumping up on the play, and Shane Doan using the eyes in the back of his head to spring him loose. That's the one element that you know Canada's going to bring. From behind the net. Watch this pass here by Doan. He dropped it knowing that Eddie Jovanovski was right behind him. And a hook there by Dougie Weight will put Canada on the power play.
I'll tell you what, if that's the way the referees are going to call this game, it's going to be a lot of penalties tonight, because if you ask me, that was pretty shady.
Our scratches tonight for Canada: Jose Theodore, one of the goaltenders. Joe Ballmeister is out. Kirk Maltby, Patrick Marleau, Scott Haddon, and Chris Draper. For the United States, Ty Conklin is out. Rick DiPietro is the backup goaltender. Here's the first power play. Paul Martin, Jamie Langenbrunner, Brian Smolinski, Brian Rafalski, and Jason Blake are the scratches for Team USA. Canada's got it, their first power play opportunity. Let's see what they do with it. Mario Lemieux is out there. It'll be interesting to see who they put at the point. Brad Richards is going to play a point with Niedermayer on the power play, so Niedermayer's the only defenseman. There's Mario Lemieux. Jerome Iginla's out there with him. Iginla behind the net. Had it knocked away. Played by Aaron Miller. Turned up the near side boards and cleared. Good work, Steve Konowalchuk.
Make sure you watch Niedermayer control this power play. To me, the reason why he won the Norris Trophy and been one of the most underrated players in the game is because his ability to control the puck, control the power play, and see the open guy. You just watch him, make him look how easy he makes this game look.
There he is right there as Chelios was able to clear it out of there. Power play down to a minute left to go for Canada. And Team USA able to control the puck. Mike Modano rags it back into his own end. Got chased by Vinny Lecavalier. Moved again off the near side. And Chelios, the oldest player in this World Cup at the age of 42, dumped at the length of the ice.
And Gary, Canada with a couple of forwards on their power play. Brad Richards started it on the point. And then Joe Sakic is out there now. So not worried about any kind of shorthanded attack with forwards there.
No shots on the power play. No shots in the game so far. Canada shot. Save made. That's Robert Esche. Esche able to knock that one away. 33 seconds left to go in the power play opportunity. They finally got a jam shot at the side of the net. And time running out on the power play. 25 left to go. Brought in by offside. That'll be whistled as Danny Heatley brought it in.
I'm just guessing, JR, you're cheering for Esche. I don't know why.
Well, if you haven't noticed by now, I'm a huge USA fan. I'm rooting for USA all the way. I hope USA kicks the butt out of these Canadian guys, because you know what? I should be out there right now. I'm dying. I just want Esche to do well. Let's go, USA.
How do you really feel?
I'm
Save
so
made,
excited
rebound.
up here.
Richards couldn't get it.
I'm so excited up here. It's going to get physical up here, guys. You better watch out.
You stay over there. Clement's the one you want. You know that, Jay.
Just hold on to your glasses,
Stay
Gary.
away.
Hold on to your glasses.
Niedermeyer dumped it down low. Played back into the corner. Power play down to 2 seconds left to go. Brad Richards. Canada power play. Last chance went through St. Louis. Jovanovski. Save made by Esche. Power play is over. So they do not convert. The U.S. kills it off. Doug Waite will dump it in. Martin Brodeur leaves it back. Jovanovski is out on defense with foot right now. Brad Richards stays out there on the line. We'll see if these lines stay together for these two teams as they'll change it up and get the power play units off.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say you don't want to take too many penalties against this Canadian team. There's way too much talent out there.
Man, here's Amonte cutting it. Dropped it back into the middle for Billy Guerin. Guerin got tied up. Puck never got there anyway. Chelios steps up along the wall. Chelios waiting. Came back to the dot, and he's going to back up and get out of there. Then he LeCavalier. LeCavalier in the middle. He got squeezed. Esche pokes it around the far side. Knocked down by Danny Heatley. Heatley's going to be loving this. 51 games missed with a knee injury for Heatley last season. What a save by Brodeur. A quick dump in that he had to get that left leg on, and he did. Good play on the chance for Scott Gomez. Back into the middle. A chance save by Esche. Rebound. Oh, what a save! Robert Esche with a chance, and Esche denies.
You tell me that I wasn't right about Robert Esche with the talent that this guy shows. This is vintage Robert Esche at his best.
This is World Cup hockey from Montreal. No score. We are ready to go as Esche starts out strong.
Well, Robert Esche left a rebound out in front, but boy, did he make up for it with his left hand and with the glove save. It was Robin Regier. Obviously, the Canadian defensemen are all geared to jumping into the holes.
And they are doing that. Shot from the point deflected in front. Rebound, that gets blocked by Aaron Miller. Taken away. They pass in front, and it goes just wide. Joe Thornton standing there. Thornton deflected that one, but not on net. Comes off the near side boards to the blue line. Held in by Shane Doan. Good play by Doan. Now Team USA's got Brian Leetch. Leetch is going to log some ice time in light of the depletion of defensemen who are injured. Miller takes a chance. That gets blocked into the corner, and that one hurt a little bit as Mike McDonald picked that leg up after he blocked that shot. Chased around by Eric Brewer. Brewer trying to clear. Couldn't get it out of there. McDonald tipped it back in towards his own net. And there it will be played out. Team Canada's got it. And they flip it off the boards over the head of Aaron Miller. Back in comes Weinrich. Eric Weinrich came back to the rink today, said, I don't feel good. Intercepted, almost set up down low to Sakic. Joe Sakic was open in front of the net. They couldn't get it to him. Brian Ralston out there now as Hull's leaving the ice to get another line change and an icing call.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you can tell that U.S. is really on their heels right now. They can feel the adrenaline is building from these fans, and they're watching it come at them in gold jerseys, if that's what you want to call them. But I'm telling you right now, Canada really is sending everybody. 5 guys on offense, and when they don't have the puck, they're playing physical.
Yeah, that's one of the issues that Canada is kind of springing on the U.S. Pat Quinn and his troops were surprised in some of the pre-tournament play against the U.S. that the U.S. is so aggressive on their forecheck. There's only one team that's aggressive on the forecheck right now.
Mario Lemieux set it up, and Iginla gets robbed. Mario Lemieux working in Gretzky's home behind the net, and Iginla was open.
Not too many guys can make passes like this. This is what makes Mario Lemieux Mario Lemieux. He doesn't seem like he's working very hard, doesn't seem like he's moving, but watch this little deft backhand pass right in front, right on the tape. But again, Esche right in perfect position to make the save.
Mario Lemieux, 7th all-time in points, 6-time scoring champion, 3-time goal-scoring leader in the NHL, twice retired and playing better than ever. What a great setup and what a line. Mario Lemieux stays out there as he's got Iginla with him as they stay out on the ice on this shift. Lemieux trying to get set up in front. That one right through the top of the crease. Penalty coming. I think Lemieux got shoved down low. It's going to be an interference call.
And Jerome Iginla got pushed down between the hash marks. That might have been the call on Iginla.
Well, unlike the last call, I think this was a good call. Whenever you get the Jerome Iginla getting in the slot, he's got to be reckoned with. And you can tell that the USA is just always aware of where him and Mario are. And when he's in that scoring area, he just took him right down. That's a penalty. And look out. Here comes another power play.
These power plays are going to be absolutely enormous, obviously, with all the talent you have on the ice in this series. The face-off, Joe Thornton is out there from Boston. He'll take the draw against Jeff Halpern. 2 shots on the first power play. Canada's had all the chances, 4 of them so far in this game. As the U.S. still looking for that chance. Niedermeyer, as Brodeur came out to play it, Niedermeyer again will be quarterback in the power play, as Jeremy Roenick pointed out. Here's Brad Richards. Brad Richards coming off the Tampa Bay Stanley Cup win. Loose in front. Shot. Esche got back. Esche got in net just in time to save that rebound. Richards shot. Niedermayer off the stick, deflected to the near side. Esche being called on again. Had to block the dump in by Brad Richards. It comes to center. Niedermayer fell down. Richards will cover.
Do you think Esche has a sweat right now, you guys?
I'm thinking, yeah.
Wow. I don't know if it's sweat from work or sweat from sheer fear right now.
Danny Heatley just deflected that one, and it went wide. Played back into Richards. His shot pass deflected near side again. Held on behind the net, Joe Thornton. Thornton looking out in front, trying to find Danny Heatley. Heatley gets taken to the boards. They'll step up. Wade Redden helped to hold it in the middle. Set up shot. Save made by Esche. Shane Doan was open in the middle. Doan still waiting. Doan again. Shot deflected wide. Off the glove. Richards steps up. Richards holds it into Thornton. Thornton trying to center. Comes off the boards on the far side. Tipped away by Craig Conroy. Out of
thank
the zone.
you.
My, oh, my, oh, my. They change up on the specialty teams.
I'll tell you what's happening here is that Team Canada obviously has been a superior team, but they got zero to show for it. And we all know that sooner or later, that tilts the other way, if you can just hold on.
There's another penalty coming, and this one's going to be against Team Canada.
You knew it was going to come sooner or later. With all the pressure that Canada's been put on in 2 early power plays by Canada, you knew the referee was going to mark it up early and try to get one into the USA side. And that was a little cheap call, but hey, it works.
I got coffee here. Don't you spill it. You understand? In your high excitement level?
I've hit my head on the ceiling twice already.
Joe Sakic at the blue line took a little tug on Chris Drury, especially because of where it was. Little tip in front by Danny Heatley, and it just went by Robert Esche.
Save made by Martin Brodeur, and the chance from the point. Here's a power play for Team USA. Again, Brodeur just redirected the foot. That'll be moved around the power play in 12 seconds as the penalty to Team Canada running into the final 9 seconds worth of it. Team USA wants to control here. Chelios does. Chelios will move it. Drops it off the near side and in Scott Gomez. Gomez left it into the corner. Tony Amonte takes the hit. Foot came in. That one bounced straight up in the air over Gomez's head. It was not hit with a high stick, and it'll be played back by Ralston. Power play now for Team USA. There were no shots in the first 5 minutes. We've had 5 shots in about the last 2 minutes of this game.
If you watch, just like the U.S. team, just like Canada, Canada has Richards back in the point. The U.S. has Ralston in the point, but for a different reason. Richards is a great playmaker, can see the ice. Ralston can just all out fire the puck, and he's there strictly for his shooting ability.
There's Mike Modano. Modano on the power play unit, and Ralston could not control it. Leach is the only man back. Leach looking, Shane Doan. Doan into the middle, had it kicked away. He tried to go from stick, skate, stick, and it never got to the last tic-tac. It'll be moved back. Team USA still with the advantage. Keith Tkachuk bounced that one away, couldn't get over to Brian Ralston. They lose it at center. Good penalty killing here. Leach will pick it up again, send it in. Here's Keith Tkachuk. Tkachuk left it in the middle, stolen by Iginla. Iginla shorthanded, moves it in. He's got Richards. Iginla, save it! Rebound, batted away just to get it out of the way that time and in behind the net. Good work by Eric Weinrich to clear out of the zone. Team USA, though, can't get control with 20 left on the advantage. Weinrich comes back to get it. And he'll wait as they change it up. USA trying to hustle it up and get a shot here. Big hit on the near side. Oh my gosh, that was Eric Brewer who put that shot on.
Just so you people at home know, that is about 55 pounds of different weight going in from Scotty Gomez to Eric Brewer. That does not feel good.
And 6 inches of height.
6 inches of height. That Eric Brewer is a big monster, ladies and gentlemen.
Martin dropped that one off. Played back in, power play over. They did not get a shot on that power play. Team USA, we are scoreless. 8 minutes to go first period. Save made by Esche. Rebound deflected away. Joe Sakic with the wrister. Back up ice, Craig Conroy. Conroy looking for a little help. Leaves it Lyles, the defenseman, back to Conroy. Bounced away. Conroy plays it out into the middle. Brodeur got the paddle on that one. Behind the net, tied up with it was Ed Jovanovski, 55 for Canada. Canada in the yellow. Knocked away, but not out of the zone. Steve Konowalchuk sends it back. Konowalchuk working with Craig Conroy behind the net, and now getting some help from their third-line member, Jeff Halpern. Halpern, 27th, trying to get loose in front. Shot, kicked away by Konowalchuk. Konowalchuk was really jamming down low this line with a big physical presence for Team USA. That'll be icing.
You know, Eric Brewer, when he made the 2002 Canadian Olympic team, a lot of eyebrows were raised. No surprise here. Why? Check it out. That was the hit he had on Gomez.
That's why I'm sitting in the box.
Waite, Amonte, and Drury out there for Team USA as we have a scoreless first period with 7:16 left to go, but a tremendous start. And this one is game 3, but the first in North America of the World Cup of Hockey, with 4 teams playing in Europe, 4 playing here. Everything will turn to North America when we get into the semifinals and finals. Back into the middle, open, but the pass goes wide. Doug Waite was wide open in front, looking. Brodeur can't find it. Drop back, Ralston shot. Brodeur holding onto that wide side post. Waite pass, that should be a penalty. No! That one knocked away by Brodeur.
Get the Coke bottle off. Get the Coke bottle off your eyes. Penalty.
Jeremy Roenick working with us upstairs here for the World Cup. We want to make sure you know. That's going to be offside. Up ice pass. Close, but not quite. Aaron, where art thou?
Well, hi, Gary. I wanted to let you know that Team USA has the oldest roster in this year's World Cup tournament. In fact, their top line age combined exceeds 100 years old. But USA forward Craig Conroy told me, don't let that fool you. He said this team is tight. They spend all their off time together. In fact, he said he's never been part of a team where they send you a travel golf bag before they head to training camp. Guys?
Well, they get together for the blue light special, too. I mean,
42-year-old Chris Chelios, as we said, the oldest, and he and Brian Leach, 2 of the senior members of this team, are going to get a lot of ice time for Team USA.
Ronnie Wilson, too, said, look, this team wasn't built for the future.
Yeah,
we built it to win now, and it's not as if we got to play for 2 months.
And it's not as though they've been playing for 2 months. That one dropped to center by Thornton, intercepted, brought back in by Doan. Doan, Thornton, and Brendan Morrow on this line together. There's Morrow back for Thornton looking. Doan again is open. Doan has been open all night down there in that slot area. Still no score. 5:58 left to go. This is the World Cup of Hockey, the USA and Canada.
Now this is exactly what USA cannot afford to do. Make cute little passes up near the blue line against this high-powered Canadian team. That pass right there is going to turn into a 3-on-2 and a great opportunity for Canada to score. If they don't get that puck on net and get it deep, it's going to come back and cost them really soon.
The face-off one back into the corner. Richards couldn't get it. Cleve trying to bounce that stick away. Comes to the near side wall. Team Canada in the 1920 yellow uniforms you're looking at. Cleve deflects it out to center. Amonte will come. Amonte's got Guerin on the right with him. Sends it in deep. Couldn't control. Big hit put on as they collide.
Oh, you can't call that after the play.
That was Billy Guerin who went screaming in. Penalty coming up. Delayed call on Team USA. Jovanovski brings it in. On the delayed whistle in front. There's the shot. And the whistle, and a power play coming for Team Canada.
Unfortunately, this is a great call. You can't, in this game with the boards being as hard as they are and the guys being as big as they are, you really have to watch about hits from behind and hits when guys really aren't looking. And this is a very, very close play here. But Billy, knowing the physicalness that he has, you see that Gagne is facing the boards. You've got to slow up just a little bit, because I'm telling you what, ladies and gentlemen, this glass is so hard. People are going to get hurt just by plays like that.
Well, both refs had it, too. So it was a unanimous call. Simon Gagne of the Flyers getting crushed, and now there's a man down, too. And that was on that last play, Ed Jovanovski of the Vancouver Canucks.
He may have hit his knee on either the goaltender or the net as he went by, and Jovo's not been able to get up. Pat Quinn, the coach of Team Canada, looking out. Jovanovski, the big defenseman.
And we talked about him getting up in the play and driving the net. Oh, his right leg looked like it twisted under him. It had nothing to do with the net, I don't think.
And that right leg folds under. It's either one thing.
We've got a break here while they take a look at Jovanovski. Let's see what's going on back home. Dave and Barry.
Barry Melrose, David Amber. Hope you're enjoying the World Cup. Coming up in our first intermission, we have an exclusive interview with Jeremy Roenick discussing his recent gambling problems there. And Barry, your thoughts so far?
Well, I thought the reason they're wearing those yellow uniforms from 1920, most Americans played against that team.
We'll have more from the coach coming up in the first intermission, guys.
There's Guerin going in on the charge at 14:32, and it'll be the third power play of the game for Team Canada, and Ed Jovanovski coming off the ice with a little help.
Well, here's another look at this play. You got Guerin coming at full speed. Granted, Gagne should not put himself in that kind of situation. He knows what the game is like in this day and age. But Billy's got to just find a way just to get around him and not hit him so hard, because this class is way too hard to be hitting like that.
These two teams played exhibition games as part of the training camp prior to this beginning here in North America. They split the game, so they've gotten to know each other. I mean, all these guys obviously do. All-star players from both the United States and Canada, many of whom actually play together. Mario Lemieux is out there. Power play is underway. Team Canada. That'll be dumped in. Hard around by Wade Redden. Couldn't get it by Esche, but he sends it up and into the netting. No additional penalty for delay of game as it hit a stick. So we'll hold it right there. Want to remind you, Wednesday, ESPN, ESPN2 will have more coverage of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey at 1 Eastern on ESPN. Jaromir Jagr, the Czech Republic, against Matt Sundin in Sweden at 7. Joe Sakic, again, Canada against Slovakia. That's 1 on ESPN, 7 o'clock on ESPN2. All coming up tomorrow. Sweden got a victory over Germany today by a score of 5-2. Finland had a victory 4-0 over the Czech Republic. And we'll see whether or not Jaromir Jagr and the Czech Republic can battle back from what was not a good appearance by them. Mario Lemieux squeezing into the corner, trying to get that puck. Did. Power play underway for Team Canada. Sakic going into the middle with Iginla. Lemieux working in the corner. There's Lemieux. They overload on that far side. Lemieux heads to the back of the net. Shot deflected by Esche, who hangs on.
Well, if you watch this power play, you watch how they set up the guys on the point. As soon as they get that puck set up on the corner, they're going to have the guy, one of the guys in the defense. They're going to go right. They're going to go right to the front of the net and start causing havoc in front. Then they're going to move to the umbrella. Watch, it's going to go right back to red. Now they got it in position. They got one-time shots on one side, the one-time shots on the other side. And if you get that shot to Jerome Iginla, look out, ladies and gentlemen, because he can bring it.
Esche is hanging on. 21 wins last year with Philadelphia at a 2.04 goals against, 1 win away from going to the Stanley Cup Finals, as all Flyer fans know. And now with Richter retired, it is Esche who takes over in world competition.
Did you say Flyer fans? I love Flyer fans.
You would do that. Brad Richards on the power play. As Niedermayer on the other side goes near side instead. Dropped off. Thornton is out there. Sent down low. They change up on the power play unit. Canada does. Danny Heatley gets a chance. Into the middle. Thornton shot. Score! Martin St. Louis with a screen out in front.
Well, again, here we go. Just like I said earlier, you cannot afford to take penalties against this high-powered Canadian team.
But JR, I really think Team USA missed their opportunity to squash this rush. There were 3 Canadian players right together along the boards and nobody went to them. When Scott Niedermayer jumped up into the corner, made a nifty little pass to Joe Thornton right out in front to St. Louis. And when Niedermayer overloaded down there, nobody went to them. There were 3 Canadian players you could have put a hula hoop around and nobody went to them.
This is the first international experience for Martin St. Louis. How does he start? With a goal.
And guess what? 2 days ago, he was actually concerned about making the team, or at least starting in this game tonight.
You believe that? Coming off that Tampa Bay season with the Stanley Cup win, Martin St. Louis, who won the Hart, the Ross, and the Pearson Awards last year, and got to take the Stanley Cup. Back in, Esche had that one blocked out deep by Amonte, and the chance by Heatley. Sent wide side for Billy Guerin. Guerin trying to chase it down. Does the collision thing. Into the corner. He and Eric Brewer. Brewer is a very physical player. A 1-0 lead for Team Canada. Gomez waiting for a little help. Drops it back. Team Canada keeping the heat on as Ryan Smith had moved up. Gomez trying to connect into the middle camp. Picked up back by Smith in the middle. Looking. Sakic. Sent it.
Oh, my God!
What a setup again by Esche.
Oh, my God, what a save.
A tremendous setup to Jerome Iginla by Joe Sakic, literally almost in the net when he passed it to him, and somehow Esche held it out. Modano was trying to move that, could not. Comes back to Modano near side, whistle on the high stick, hit with the puck.
Think anybody's questioning the decision to start Robert Esche? Oh, man. Look at Joe Sakic. He waited till his guy got down, and Jerome Iginla just wanted the redirection here. I thought maybe shot it into the middle of the net. He shot it about 8 inches inside the post, and Esche still got it.
How did he get back?
I'll tell you what. You give Jerome Iginla 50 of those, and he scores 49.
Amazing. U.S. has not had a scoring chance yet, and there's only 2:51 to go in the period. They are being dominated right now by a better skating, quicker Team Canada. 10-0 the scoring chances in favor of Canada. Thornton was going to take the face off. He'll get chased out of there. Brendan Morrow moves in. Morrow on the draw against Modano. Couple of teammates from Dallas. That one goes out the far side, played up by Leach. Tkachuk backs it in. You see Team USA trying to go with rink-wide passes now in order to open it up a little bit, because coming through the middle is not happening.
Did you guys notice that little boo when Brett Hull touched the puck? The reason for that, Brett Hull is a dual citizenship, and he chose to play for the U.S. a long time ago, and he's played for the U.S. team in many, many international competitions. And let me tell you something, when you're a Canadian and you don't play for the Canadian team, you're going to hear it every time you touch the puck, and these people hate Brett Hull because he plays for the United States.
His response will be a very big smile. And the net comes off at the far end. We are delighted to have you with us. Our coverage on ESPN and ESPN2 of this 19-game affair called the World Cup of Hockey. 1996 was the real first one of that name, and it was won by Team USA in an upset over Canada. Canada wants revenge.
Mike Modano sitting beside Brett Hull talking. We ran into Mike Modano downstairs before the game, and he said, I got Keith Tkachuk on one side, Brett Hull on the other, not only in the ice but in the locker room. Said, you know how your head feels when you come home from a rock concert and your ears? He said, that's the way mine feel already.
That's why he was out in the hallway, Bill. He was hanging around the hallway. Back down low, the setup fanned on by Simon Gagne. He gets set up by Richards, held in by Richards again along the wall. Taken away, Team USA. That'll be dropped up the far side. Drury in. Chris Drury trying to set it up. Waite cutting to the middle. Came all the way up the near side wall to Ralston. Brian Ralston dumps it back for Waite. Nobody in front for Team USA. Waite could not control the puck. Ralston will play it near side. Left it back. Waite looking. They're trying to sneak that offside D in. That one off the outside of the net. Chelios gunned it in. Chelios steps up. The puck goes by him. They wave off icing. A 1-0 lead. Martin St. Louis with a goal. Thornton and Niedermeyer got the assist at 16:01. Niedermeyer back. Icing.
There are at least 7 French-Canadian players on Team Canada, and Marty St. Louis is one of them. Le Cavalier another. Lemieux, Brad Richards from the Tampa Bay Lightning also speaks French. But this little dynamo has just become an unstoppable force in the NHL. And it doesn't matter how big you are, doesn't matter how you try to play him. He won the scoring title in the NHL, and he did it part with talent, but a lot of grit for a little man.
Vinny Le Cavalier, that one went right on net off the faceoff. Esche almost had that one hop in short side, and he takes a hack at the side of the net on Ryan Smith. And coming in to add a little punch to it is Aaron Miller. Esche didn't like the whack at that, what was a loose puck, though.
Well, this is one of Esche's best qualities, I think, is his determination and his drive. He doesn't like anybody coming in and bumping him in his crease, and if he does, he's going to give you a shot, or he'll even drop the gloves and just pure out fight you like he did a couple times last year.
Greg DiPietro is the backup goaltender. Ron Wilson, coach of Team USA, said this first round, which consists of 3 games, DiPietro playing at least one of them. Back down the middle, backhander wide on Esche. Ryan Smith again. Smith, his own rebound, trying to center block. Got run into hard by Halpern. In the corner, Heatley. Danny Heatley moves it. Trying to set up a Cavalier. Came back to the point. Robin Regeer dumps it behind the net. Smith still tied up by Aaron Miller. They do battle against the wall. Final minute of this period. St. Louis goal still holding up. Team Canada leading 1-0. But dominating. Centering pass for Cavalier in the middle. Could not get to it. Held in. Niedermeyer. Shot deflected by Esche. Heatley in front. Got a piece of it on the way through. Regeer leaves it. Heatley kicked at it. Shot the Cavalier. Save made. Puck's in the corner and loose. Knocked away by Conroy. Conroy for Team USA. Under 30 seconds left to go in the period. Conroy, blue line. Poke checked away. Would have been offside. They're going to change it up. Konowalchuk in. Konowalchuk wanted a backhander. There's some heavy breathing right there, sports fans. Regeer all over him. Knocked down and a penalty coming. Think they don't care?
Full throttle, baby. Robin Regeer is going to go for a jersey tug. Paul Dvorsky was showing him exactly what he did. He had him by the shoulder.
Another big guy. I think Robin Regeer is, what, 6'5", 245 pounds. And the only reason he's playing here in Canada is because his host nation, Brazil, they failed to make the team, make the tournament. But this kid is strong, he is big, and he's gonna clear out the front of the net, and he's gonna hit you really hard in the corner. He's definitely one of the up-and-coming stars in the National Hockey League.
Our Toyota World Cup of Hockey intermission report will be upcoming in just 8 seconds. Another power play opportunity taken back in behind the net. Team USA, only 3 seconds left to go in the period now. Team USA USA shut out last 10 minutes, and the chances in the first period end up 14-0 for Team Canada. Martin St. Louis put it home. The goal came at 16:01. Thornton and Niedermeyer got it. It was a power play as they went 1 for 3. Team Canada did on the advantage. Team USA second period will have a power play to start.
Welcome to the Toyota First Intermission Report. Barrie, Melrose, David Amber, Canada thoroughly dominating that first period. We'll get some analysis from the coach in just a sec. But first, Jeremy Roenick, a 4-time 40-goal scorer, was making headlines off the ice this summer. Well, for some big gambling debts that he reportedly racked up. It is worth noting, though, there's no investigation into this gambling. As well, he hasn't done anything illegal. But earlier today, before the game, he had an exclusive sit-down interview with our own Steve Levy.
Give me a ballpark figure. How much money, when you place a bet, when you have placed a bet, and in more recent times, what kind of money are we talking about?
Well, first of all, when I place a bet, I'd place a bet more so to enjoy the game. So it wouldn't be huge bets. If, you know, 1,000 or 2,000 here, 3,000 here, 2,000 here, 500 there. More so just to get your adrenaline up to watch the game. I mean, millions of Americans do it. I'm no different than anybody else. And I don't understand why the media loves to, A, talk about me the way that they love to talk about me. Or if I go out and do something that is, one, legal, is I'm able to do, one that is not against the rules of the game that I play, I don't see why everybody makes a big deal of it, especially the media. And even to go further than that, I bet you half the media writers that are writing about me going out and
right.
say, placing a bet on a football game, they probably do it just themselves. You know, they're two-faced for writing about me when half the people do it themselves.
Now, you mentioned the game you play, so that's the obvious question that people want to know. Have you ever bet on hockey?
It would be the stupidest thing in the whole world. I mean, everybody knows Pete Rose and what happened to Pete Rose. And God bless him. He's taken his punishment as a man, and I think as an athlete, anybody who would think of doing something in the same realm as what Pete Rose did, or even think of jeopardizing their career or something that means so much to them in terms of their sport, it would be devastating. I sure hope that nobody does that. I know I would never do that. Not to mention that betting on hockey is probably the stupidest thing you could ever possibly do. Anybody can beat anybody at any specific time, but by no means would I do it. And I sure hope that everybody would learn from a Pete Rose, and hopefully he gets back into baseball. I mean, he deserves it, and Hall of Fame and stuff, but
right.
Everybody should learn from what happened with him.
National Sports Consultants, what's your relationship? What has it been in the past? What's it right now?
Well, it's nothing now. You know, I stopped talking with them a long time ago. I did get to be friends with one guy who was a martial artist, and he helped me with a lot of things with my body, with breathing, with being prepared for games, with getting ready from the day-to-day basis in the physical aspect. But I really don't talk to him that much anymore either. So this whole thing has left a real bad taste in my mouth, and for what reason, I don't know. It's pretty much a stupid, ridiculous story that someone just was bored on one day and decided that they wanted to bring me into the mix, and it's unfortunate. Just because I'm an athlete, I'm put on a pedestal, doesn't make me any different than anybody else.
These consultants, people pay them for hot tips or inside stories along those lines. So, were you ever asked or offered any tips on hockey?
Oh,
they never came to you and said,
Never.
"Hey, J.R., we'll give you a tip on football."
Never.
Do you have anything with us in hockey?
Never. I would never even consider even talking to them about hockey, for one. Second of all, when we're doing it, everything is all football. It's like Sundays and all that stuff, and you would be crazy, like I said earlier, if they asked me about hockey. I'd say, I don't pay you guys to ask me what I do, and that's ridiculous. So don't even go there with me, and especially knowing the ramifications of what could happen. And I think they would understood that, or did understand that, and that was never once an issue or was never once talked about.
This story came out a few weeks ago. How'd you tell your wife? What was that like?
I just told her that I got involved with some guys that I didn't know. You know, you call an 800 number and you don't know who you're dealing with, and she doesn't like the gambling thing in the first place. So she just looked at me and says, "You're so stupid to get involved with people like that. You don't even know what they're doing." And it's true. And sometimes that's the mistakes that you make. You get involved with the wrong people, or get involved with people who you might not know what's really going on behind the scenes.
Why do you think you did? Why gamble on sports?
Because it's fun. And it's not sports, it's gambling on football. You know, and You know, you have a buddy that goes up to Vegas, plays a couple bets, and you put a couple $1,000 here or $500 there, and it makes the game more interesting. It makes it more fun to watch. I mean, they don't put lines in the paper on Sunday mornings, to tell you who's the better football team. I mean, they put lines in the paper because everyone across the country, millions and millions of people bet on football, or say if they bet on basketball, whatever, But I'd like to bet on football, and I did. I stopped. I think that, like I said, this has left a bad taste in my mouth, but it's just, unfortunately, it had to turn out the way that it did, but it really wasn't a big deal.
Do you have a problem with gambling?
Not a problem at all. I haven't gambled in a long time, so I haven't been on a football game in a long time. I haven't been on a basketball game in a long time. And I told my wife I'm going cold turkey, so only time I go to Vegas, I might get the dice in my hand. That's about it.
What's the last time you placed a bet on a game, on a football game, whatever?
January.
Think you'll ever bet again?
Will I bet again? I can't.
On sports?
I can't say no. I mean, if I go up to Vegas with my buddies or with my wife and stuff and pass by a sports book and want to throw 500 in a sports book, can't say I'd never do that, but the odds are probably very, very, very high against it.
Now, when this story first broke, it's worth noting that Flyers GM Bobby Clarke approached Roenick and asked him to stop gambling. As well, the NHL approached Roenick and offered their support. It's worth noting as well that Jeremy Roenick, who has scored 475 career goals, doesn't believe at all this controversy will taint his legacy and his Hall of Fame career. Coach, your thoughts?
I agree. If he didn't bet on hockey, and I believe JR, then this is a non-story. Everybody bets on sports. Everybody bets on football. Will it tarnish his image? No, but what he's done is opened up a big can of worms. When he goes into the New York Madison Square Gardens, can you imagine what it'll be like with all those obnoxious Ranger fans giving it to him all game long about his betting, probably giving $5 here, $10 here. So he's opened up a can of worms, but it isn't a big story, and I agree with JR that somebody just made this an overblown story.
All right, back to hockey now, and loads of hockey is coming our way in this World Cup of Hockey. The first part of our doubleheader, well, it had Sweden and the Germans. Tommy Salo a little rough in net, but Sweden comes out on top. Full analysis and highlights coming your way next. Well, the current collective bargaining agreement expires on September 15th. I don't need to tell hockey fans that. Today, the NHL and the NHL Players Association did meet in Montreal. No details on exactly what transpired there. They're set to meet once again tomorrow. Now, earlier today, it was all World Cup all the time and all Matt Sundin. Germany and Sweden, Sundin doing what he does best, Barry.
David, you're such a Leaf fan. It's sickening. Right there, great backhand by Matt Sundin. I thought he was the best Swedish player. You're going to see great vision right here. Sundin gets it, looks behind him. He sees Nielsen going to the far post. Not a lot of players have vision like that. Matt's one of them. Also, he's 6'4", 240 pounds. Great player.
5-2 was your final, and Sweden, one of the best offensive teams really in this tournament.
We're seeing them today, and Canada, United States. Three of the best 5 teams in the world.
42 shots on goal to 19 for Germany.
When did Germany get 19? I must have missed that.
We missed the first 18 of them. So did Tommy Salo. Canada leading the U.S. 1-0 through 20 minutes in Montreal. More from the Toyota World Cup of Hockey coming your way next.
Welcome back, everybody, here in Montreal. A tremendous first period of hockey. Martin St. Louis got the goal. Team Canada has the 1-0 lead. Thornton and Niedermeyer the assists. And it came on a power play with Bill Clement and Jeremy Roenick. I'm Gary Thorne. Great to have you with us. And we start with Team USA on the power play here for a minute 48. And Joe Sakic against Modano. Modano won the draw. Leach, Tkachuk again along the penalty kill, and he is dangerous shorthanded. Ryan Leach goes wide. Let's see how the U.S. adjusts to try and get more chances here in this second period. Cleared up, not out. Shot wide of the net by Ralston.
There's one way, a turnover, and an unusual one by Joe Sakic.
Next, you got to get it on net.
Yeah.
That one moves to center. That one bounced. Almost a short-handed opportunity for Joe Sakic. Ralston coming back to get it. Both teams will change up on their specialty units. A minute 11 left to go in the power play. Ralston chased back there. Good work by Doan. Boy, did he have a good first period. Shane Doan really skated. He's wearing number 9 out there. 20-plus goals, 5th consecutive year. That's Doan up on that short-handed forecheck. 56 left to go in the power play. Billy Guerin unit is out there now. Down the near side boards, but not very deep. Brought in by Ralston. He's been out there for the whole power play to start the period. Backed up between the legs. Richards got it out of there.
See, this is exactly what the U.S. didn't want to do coming out of a out of the period end. They get a power play, fresh sheet of ice. You know, they talked about it in the locker room that we need to get a goal here early to get the momentum back, and they're just not generating anything again.
Doug Waite was the man who dumped it in. Played up off the wall by Wade. Redden. Team Canada will move it out off the near side. 23 left. This is shorthanded Niedermayer. Niedermayer left it. Dropped off. They're trying to get it back to Richards. Could not. Ryan Smolinski sends it all the way around the net. Billy Guerin coming over to get it. Or that was Simon Gagne, rather, who sent it around the net. And that's 9 seconds left to go on the power play. No shots yet for Team USA on their second power play of the game, and they're not going to get any. It's over. Team Canada kills it off. 0 for 2 on the power play. Regier back out of the box and on the ice. And we're back to even strength full hockey. Cleared in off the line and into the zone. Dumped in by Gagne. Played back down to Heatley, putting the heat on. Klee is back there. Klee wearing number 20, Team USA, and Heatley doing battle. Heatley trying to dig it out of there. Will get some help from Smolinski in front. Konowalchuk tried to hold that out of the zone. Could not. Sent back in and deflected wide. Vinny Lecavalier. Vinny Lecavalier had 3 shots in that first period.
And at least that many hits.
Yeah. And Iginla had 3 shots. There were 11 Canadians who had at least 1 shot. From the point, save made. Esche had it kicked away. Penalty coming up. Delayed call. Team USA in front.
ESPN2's presentation of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey is brought to you by the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized. And Samuel Adams. When you're ready for a distinctive brew, Samuel Adams. Always a good decision.
Another power play coming for Team Canada.
And it was Jeff Halpern that picked up the penalty, and you know what? He was at the end of his shift. He got the worst of it twice from Lecavalier in physical confrontations, and he was guilty of a hold in front at the end of his shift.
Power play opportunity number 4 for Team Canada, and they have come right at it. Leach deflected that one straight up in the air. Lemieux is out there. He's going to the front of the net. Sakic working one of the points. Joe Sakic will be back there at the center ice in the umbrella power play JR was talking about. Ralston came back to get it. Tipped away from him. Arden St. Louis freed the puck up, then got tripped back on top. Sakic. He risks it. Score! Team Canada 2-0.
Oh, just what the U.S. did not need. Like I said, they missed on an opportunity on their power play. Get a power play against them. And what does a very crafty veteran Canadian team do? They put it to the back of the net.
But I'll tell you what really makes Joe Sakic a genius back in the point is his decision making. He didn't wind up and slap it. He just wanted to get it away quickly. The screen there, it might have gone off Aaron Miller's skate. Oh, it hit the Team USA forward that was out near the top.
I'm telling you this right now, guys. You people at home didn't see it, and I don't think you guys saw it earlier. Brian Leetch had the puck in the corner here. That puck went up, and it hit the netting above the glass, and there was no whistle. And I was sitting here saying, that is going to come back, and it's going to haunt them. 10 seconds later, the thing went in the net. And I don't know if you can get a replay on that, but it hit the net. The play should have stopped and should have come outside. It's unfortunate. Bad break.
Keith Tkachuk came off the bench wanting to go with Shane Doan. And moving in to break it up was Adam Foote. Tkachuk came right at him. The linesman moved in. There was a whistle at the other end. And Tkachuk backed off when the linesman got to him.
They know each other pretty well from Phoenix. You know them both from Phoenix too, JR.
This is a rivalry that has gone on for years and years. I know these guys have tremendous amount of respect for each other. They'll go out and play hard, but they want to hurt each other and play hard every single time. Mike Foote is an absolute pain in the butt for Keith Tkachuk, game in and game out, and they do not like each other.
Power play goal by Sakic with Redden and St. Louis the assists at 3:05. So 2 for 4 in the power play for Team Canada, and the shots, oh my gosh, 22-6. As what Team USA feared most, their defense is depleted because of injuries. They are shallow, they're in depth and in experience. And Team Canada has jumped on that as they are charging into the offensive zone. And Team USA has not been able to respond and get the puck clear. It's been Esche, or it would be a 4 or 5-0 game at this point. Amonte backed it out the center, sent back into the zone. It's got to be played by Esche. Esche drops it off. Team Canada making quick line changes here as they want to keep fresh legs and keep the charge going. and whistled on the offside on the attempted dump in by Gomez.
I'll tell you how closely knit Team Canada is, and how much they respect a man that isn't here named Steve Yzerman of the Detroit Red Wings, who is not here because of the eye injury that he suffered in the playoffs. You'll notice Joe Sakic wearing number 91. He usually wears number 19 in the NHL. But he's not the only player that wears 19 that is not wearing 19. Steve Yzerman's not even here. Shane Doan, Joe Thornton, Brad Richards, and Joe Sakic all wear 19 in the NHL. They're all wearing different numbers out of respect for Steve Yzerman, who's not even here.
How about that, huh?
Well, he deserves it. If there's ever been a true professional and a true leader in this game that has done so much for the game of hockey, Steve Yzerman is one of the best that you will ever see in the game. And by far, my favorite player, to tell you the truth.
Leach took the shot, had it blocked. That one off the side of the net. Rebound. That one got blocked out in front as well. Team USA trying to get chances. They had gone 14 minutes without a shot. Back again, dropped off the far side. Mario Lemieux was out there trailing Lemieux with the arm up, wants a line change. Team USA will try and beat him to it. Guerin got taken out by Brodeur hard. Ralston rather along the near side. On the stand-up check, Conroy had it. Bouncing puck won't sit down for him. Still bouncing. Cleared back by Conroy into the corner. For Conroy, first time on a USA team as well. That'll be cleared out the length, and Weinrich will have to come back to get it. Icing call. And we're going to find Erin again, wherever she may be. Erin Andrews.
Hi, Gary. Well, you guys were talking about Steve Yzerman, his replacement, Vincent Lecavalier. I talked to Vinny yesterday. He said he was very disappointed when he was originally not chosen for Team Canada, but he used that motivation in training camp, and it worked. Yesterday, Wayne Gretzky spoke about Vinny Lecavalier's situation and how it compares to Jerome Iginla in 2002. Iginla, a late addition to that team. He got the call at midnight, drove down from Edmonton to Calgary, and you guys know the rest is history. Back to you.
There he is. That was Vinny Lecavalier right there. Andrew got set up and almost got the goal. That was a 2-on-1 break. No sooner does Aaron talk about Vinny Lecavalier than there he was, wide open.
Boy, can he take a cue.
Yeah. Clay dropped that one off. The Cavalier line still out.
Oh, my God, Esche! Wow.
And we'll get a whistle there as he held onto the puck. Danny Heatley is due. Heatley is really skating well.
That whole line, Gary, with Ryan Smith and Vinny Lecavalier.
Speed and power, Bill.
And really, without Robert Esche, this could be a 4 or 5-0 hockey game right now. Tremendous play here. Danny Heatley is top to bottom an incredible hockey player. But Robert Esche out in the patience department, Robert Esche just outweighted him there. Didn't commit first. Heatley looked like he was waiting for him to go down.
Danny Heatley took the opportunity. Chances piling up, 18-0 now in favor of Canada. Shot in, wrong side of the line. That will be whistled. Vinny Lecavalier got to take the Stanley Cup home with him, and he's home now.
JR, tell us about having to go head-to-head with Lecavalier in the playoffs, because you and the Flyers met Tampa Bay.
Well, I'll tell you what, this kid has so much raw talent, and you really can't see it too often because he plays on the right side, and he just goes out there and he's a true professional. When he gets the puck, he's the one guy maybe in the game that can take it coast to coast and beat every single guy in the team with just a sheer talent. That you can't teach.
Vinny Lecavalier, 16 points in the playoffs, helping to lead Tampa Bay to that Stanley Cup win. Team USA almost intercepted Thornton down the middle, had a stick on it, but could not control it.
I'm starting to think this is a pro versus a college game right now.
Not pretty. Chelios trying to run it in, could not. Cleared back Gomez behind the net. Hull hasn't even touched it. Tkachuk shot that one off a skate wide, and it will be cleared back out of the zone. One scoring chance now for Team USA. Just got it up on the board. Played off the near side of Monty. Team USA changing off the far side. So was Foote, who left with that puck right behind him, and that's offside. Guerin came through the middle, and it's heating up. And again, it's Doan, number 9, in Canada's yellow.
Here we go.
Oh, Brendan Morrow got in there pretty quickly. Chris Chelios cross-checked Shane Doan from behind. And then Brendan Morrow, the Dallas Stars, said, I'll take a piece of that. You got to know that Team USA is a frustrated bunch right now. Nothing has gone well for them here. It has been all Team Canada. That's Billy Guerin there with the white helmet saying, why? Paul Dvorsky looks like he's sending him to the box. This is what started it, the Shane Doan hit on Scott Gomez.
We'll catch up with the penalties here in a minute. Right now, let's catch up with Mike Modano. Aaron?
Well, Gary, a couple minutes ago, Mike Modano left the ice. I have been snooping around back here behind the tunnel. No word on him yet. We will keep you updated as soon as we can, guys.
So Modano not in there right now. There'll be no power play coming here as there were matching penalties. Ron Wilson, Team USA, he's got to find a way to get this thing done as far as Team USA getting back into this game.
Well, here's Shane Doan. This is what Shane Doan is on this team for. He's a big physical presence. He's going to go out there, he's going to play the body, and he's going to get under the skin of the USA team. And I'll tell you what, he's doing his job to a T tonight. When you have Keith Tkachuk and Shane Doan, who are very good friends because they played together in Phoenix, when you have them jarring at each other, you know Shane Doan is being effective.
You know what else you had there? Two teammates from Dallas, Billy Guerin and Brendan Morrow. Guerin came in and put a clothesline on Morrow.
Yep. That's Regier who gets hit in the corner. Tkachuk tried to dig it out. Tkachuk going to the near side. The penalties went to Guerin. Chelios 2 each, and Morrow got 4. Tkachuk back in behind the net. Joe Sakic all over him. Dropped it off. Regier could not get to it. Team USA trying to work it in front. Tkachuk, another penalty coming. Delayed call on Team Canada. That one gets bounced into the corner. Ginla takes a shot. Got the stick up on Eric Weinrich. Back onto the point. So a delayed penalty is coming here. Extra skaters on the ice for Team USA as Esche has gone to the bench. They bring it all the way through center. Again, had it, lost it. Still Amonte. Amonte dropped it. Shot back for Amonte as it got blocked, and there's the whistle. Team USA will get a power play.
Man that's making his second trip to the sin bin, Robin Regier.
Where do they teach down there in Brazil?
Born in Brazil, parents missionaries.
I was going to say, JR, how close is that Brazilian team to making the pool? Not real close, huh?
They lost by 25 goals, I think.
That's Regier, and it's that free arm penalty that we see called, and that is it's almost a zero tolerance when you take that one hand off the stick and wrap it around.
Welcome to the modern day NHL. Hold, hold, hold.
Now a power play opportunity. Niedermeyer at 7:22. Team USA has had 2 power play chances. They are 0 for 2, and they have not had a shot on the first 2. Brett Hull near side. Hull played all the room they give him until he gets to the dot. Shot got deflected up and over. The Brian Leach was at the point, couldn't get it. Brewer blocked it. Short-handed the other way into the corner. Pretty good shot put on as Shane Doan again goes down. Doan is just eating up ice time.
How can he ever skate?
Wow. Leach working one of the points in the power play. Martin Brodeur trying to stop the puck, could not. That's Adam Foote with a hit. Cleared around by Simon Gagne to the far side. Still loose behind the net. And boy, the sticks are up, the elbows are up, and the hits are hard into the wall. Team USA's got a power play. Brad Richards has got the puck. John Michael Lyles out there, couldn't hold it in.
You know what, guys, we just saw a series of hits, and it's something that no other team can match in this entire tournament is Eric Brewer, Adam Foote, Robin Regier. The physical play that they just punish people. You're not going to see that from any other team in this tournament.
Team USA was supposed to have Darian Hatcher out.
Al Gill
out, injury. Jordan Leopold, concussion, out. Matthew Snyder, out. So they are really missing people they expected to have working on D.
You're even missing Ed Jovanovski, who went down earlier with an injury.
Yep. And it'll be brought back up. Team USA still in a power play. Ralston 34 to go on the advantage. Dump back in around the near side for Tony Amonte. 19 minutes without a shot. Team USA a chance. Save made. Martin Brodeur, and then Conroy had it blocked. Great chance. Tkachuk was out in front. Amonte's got it. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Back out onto the point. Chance. Ralston wide of the net. Back to get it Amonte. Looking for Tkachuk. Couldn't get it through. Tkachuk, Conroy down low. Ralston a blue line chance. Deflected. Tkachuk got a net. No! He can't believe he couldn't pick it up.
Wow. Okay, Brodeur's in the game now.
Finally, Brodeur might have a bead of sweat on him. But this is what Keith Tkachuk is so good at. He gets himself around the net, and the puck just seems to find him. Here, he gets a good tip, gets it back. Not a great angle, but he still had a good chance to do it. Martin Brodeur stays with the puck. That's what he does so well. He stays with it, second effort. And you can see Keith Tkachuk's just this dismay of how this game is going. He says, what do we have to do to get this changed around?
Martin Brodeur, Vezina winner twice in a row, makes another save. Brodeur 4-0-1 in the 02 Olympics. In the Olympics, he had a 1-8 goals against and took the gold home. And he's just standing watching the discussion.
Free facials for everybody on this scrum. Facials all around. I'm buying around for the boys.
And earlier, here's a good chance by Tkachuk behind the net, and he comes around and he just misses. Brodeur gets a skate right to that post and just denies Tkachuk coming around.
How about Conroy in front, missed the rebound,
I've seen Keith do this millions and millions of times, and that puck was just suspended in the air. I know Conroy had his eyes just wide open waiting for that chance.
5-on-5 hockey now, partially fanned on, and a little takedown, and losing the stick over there is Eric Weinrich. Here's Foot. Hit shot! Oh, mercy off the post. Rebound. Brad Richards. Richards left it in the middle. St. Louis trying to get it in.
Sniper.
Cleared back up and out. Another great chance. Halpern in, and there's another offside and another takedown, and Halpern didn't like it. He's looking down at Eric Brewer. Want to remind you, ESPN2's coverage of the World Cup of Hockey continues. Hal-Modano, the U.S. will meet Kovalev, Yashin, and the Russian team. That'll be Thursday, ESPN2, the Toyota World Cup of Hockey, 7 o'clock Eastern.
You mean I get to do this all over again?
Yes, you do.
I am excited.
And you should be.
Woo!
The guys that aren't excited are the guys that are sitting on the bench wearing white. It's been an uphill struggle for Team USA. Team Canada really dominant from the opening faceoff.
Yep. Team USA won 19 minutes without a shot. They've had 4 shots over the last 20 seconds.
Well, if there's anything to look at right now, U.S. has definitely had its best pressure of the game in the last 5 minutes. It's the most that they've even controlled the puck. So whenever they get a chance, maybe there's a little bit of hope on the bench. And if there is, hopefully they can find it.
Regier cleared that one up. Tipped up, not out. Team USA getting the zone a little bit here.
Anybody noticed Mario Lemieux lately?
No. He has not been out there. Now, whether or not just with a 2-0 lead and Team Canada dominating, that Pat Quinn is going to hold him out a little bit, I don't know. Or is it the back acting up again? Played by Niedermayer. Niedermayer with Waite putting the check on. Partially got him. Amonte tried to get it, could not. And that came outside the line. Chelios trying to hold it in, could not. Team Canada, 2 power play goals. They've got the 2-0 lead. Joe Sakic part of the celebration.
Mario Lemieux is alive and well. He's just not playing very much. We suspect that's just a product of the score, with Canada leading 2-0 and really not being threatened.
Mario's watching,
and
taking it easy.
And a long tournament to come.
Yep. 3 games are played in this first round. Everybody moves on to the elimination round. The 3 games that are played by each team decide the seeding. Into the middle. Open. Guerin.
Yes! Yes, Billy Guerin. What a shot.
And it's 2-1.
What a shot.
Martin Brodeur had this go by him before he even flinched.
Just like I tell you with Jerome McGinley, when he gets in the slot, same goes for Billy Guerin. He gets that puck in the slot, and he can just fire, all out fire it. Not only that, but his accuracy is unbelievable, and he just showed why he's one of the superstars of National Hockey right here.
Well, the puck went into the corner to Scott Gomez, and boy, did he ever take it. Scott Gomez, one of the best feeders in the NHL, and he waited for Billy Guerin to shove off of his check, get open, and then launch the laser.
What a big goal that is, because Team USA has been so outplayed, but halfway through this game, it's a 1-goal differential. So Billy Guerin gets it, a 34-goal scorer with Dallas last year. Billy Guerin puts Team USA on the board, and it is 2-1. Team Canada leading it. That's going to be touched up for the icing call. Good play by John Michael Lyles.
Well, 3 New Jersey Devils, or former New Jersey Devils, on one line with Brian Ralston, Scott Gomez, a current Devil, and a past Devil in Billy Guerin. Here is Guerin along the boards, battling it out with Ryan Smith. And Gomez went right to the corner and just turned around looking for Guerin right away. From goal cam, that's what I was talking about. Brodeur didn't even flinch until he knew the puck was by him. That's how good the shot was from Guerin.
Team USA now in the last 2 minutes has had 5 shots, 5 chances, 1 goal. Entirely different from the way it had been almost the first half of this game. Centered again, Martin Brodeur to knock that one away. Down on the ice, Amonte trying to back it up. Brodeur trying to find it, and he does, and covers.
I'll tell you what, that is exactly what the United States needed. With all the pressure going on Esche, save after save after save, they have to be sitting on the bench saying, listen, guys, we have to help our goaltender out. Let's get on the board. Let's make Canada a little bit nervous by getting into a 1-goal game. Now that it's a 1-goal game, watch this start opening up, and don't be surprised if tempers start flaring again.
And look who's out there for Canada now. Mario Lemieux. All of a sudden the score has changed.
Yeah. Lemieux gets back out there. Joe Sakic and Jerome McGinley make up this tremendous line for Team Canada. Halpern battling in the corner. Team USA 27 down on the ice. Halpern, but he held the puck in. Connor Walchuk coming over. Conroy, the other forward on this line. and finally has to be whistled as it's pinned up against the wall. Number 6 there is Wade Redden, who is not going to let that puck be moved.
It was all Team Canada in period number 1. 5-5 in shots here in period number 2.
And 2-1 Team Canada leading it. Billy Guerin picking up that goal at 10:40. Martin St. Louis and Joe Sakic, the Team Canada goals, both coming off power plays. That one had knocked away Brodeur off the paddle on a no-angle shot that ended up on him. And that's going to be whistled on the offside. Gomez didn't want to touch it up, but did, and they'll face it off at center.
One thing that I like what's going on right now, Robert Esche is getting a break. Robert Esche had surgery on his hip in June. A lot of people did not think he was going to play. He worked his butt off to make sure that he got here. He's starting the game, and you can tell in the beginning of the first period, at the end of the first period, he was getting sore. This is a much-needed break for him, just to sit back and relax and let his teammates do some work.
Bouncing puck by Esche that time, and it was bouncing. Big push put on down low by Simon Gagne, who got the puck. Gagne banged it off the wall. Back for Gagne, deflected away to the point. Held in by Brewer. St. Louis. St. Louis backs it up to himself. Quickness there. Gagne. Gagne to St. Louis. St. Louis goes to the point. Brewer's not there. And he'll have to chase it down in his own end. So after the altercation in front of the U.S. net that we saw, and they had some pushing and shoving and some matching penalties, Team USA has picked it up, and they have dominated territorial play, getting the puck in the zone and getting some chances. Tkachuk cutting to the net. Clee one-arms it to him.
I think they heard me call him a college team. They're mad now.
They weren't going to take that from you, I'll tell you that, JR. Moved out by Ryan Smith, and Smith brings it into the zone. Smith dumps it around. Niedermayer stepping up into the corner. Puck still free back there. Jovanovski got hurt earlier, so he has been off the ice for Team Canada. So they are short defensive side with Jovanovski out of there. Monty trying to run through, and he got pinned up, and that's a penalty and a good call.
Big break for USA right now.
There's the whistle, and Amonte gets pinned up by Regier again and didn't like it. Amonte got held at the blue line.
Scott Niedermayer is going to go. Scott Niedermayer might have been a little tired. Remember, he was in on the forecheck all the way in the other corner, although you gotta really ride Scott Niedermayer to get him tired.
See, but this is exactly what hockey needs right now. They need a referee to step in and not be afraid to call the interference plays. This game is struggling right now with offense. It's struggling with excitement on the forecheck, and the reason is the clutching, the hooking, the holding interference, and we have to have refs like Devo just made there to not have the guts to call those interferences and put this team on the power play.
That would be Paul Dvorsky that made the call.
That's Niedermayer at 13:03 going to the Sinman. He's had a bad night out there. He's had the last 2 penalties picked up. And now Team USA will get a power play chance yet one more time. Toyota World Cup of Hockey. Great to have you with us. Along with Bill Cullen, Jeremy Roenick, and Aaron Andrews, I'm Gary Thorne. Everybody hoping this is not all the hockey we're going to see this year as a subject of whether or not we'll have a season goes on. But boy, what play we've seen here. Team USA, chance to tie it. Hull. That's where he wanted to be, and he was open, but it deflected wide. Iginla pinned up against the wall, cleared up and out by Foot.
How cool was that play by Iginla? Took the hit, bounced off, and strong enough to make a little play.
Team USA has had 3 power play chances. They need one here to get it tied. Hull drops it. Ralston. As JR pointed out, every time he touches the puck, Hull right there, you hear the boos go off here in Montreal.
How about Brett Hull? I ran into him right before the game. He's walking around just as his undies with a pair of skates on. I said, "You gonna wear those?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Aren't they brand new?" He said, "Right out of the box."
Come on, buddy. I just had dinner earlier. Don't do that to me.
Lyles has got it near side. A minute left to go on the power play for Team USA. Waite was already in. Ralston brings it in onside. Shot. Glove save, Martin Brodeur. Brodeur wants to play it out.
Look out.
Away to center. Could be a 2-on-1. Trying to get it back in the middle of the zone. Good play by Guerin. Billy Guerin came back to cover that time. Off for Gomez. 2-liner. Down to 43 to go on the power play opportunity. Team USA has made it a 1-goal game and quieted the house here in Montreal a good deal. This World Cup of Hockey sponsored by the National Hockey League, the National Hockey League Players Association, and the International Ice Hockey Federation. As everyone has noted, it is a bit ironic with the contract negotiations going on that it's the Players Association and the NHL that are primarily responsible for getting this World Cup back on the ice. Last time played in '96. Back into the middle, shot. Guerin again, rebound. Tkachuk covered up, and Brodeur didn't like it.
Guys, this is looking more like a playoff game, a Stanley Cup Finals game. The stakes are that high, at least for these guys.
But right now, Billy Guerin is really motivating this team now. He's picked up his game. He's got the first goal for the U.S. to get him on the board. And here he just makes a good play just to get it on the net and causes Brodeur to lose control of it. Keith goes to the net, causes havoc right now. I think USA is just starting to get under Canadian skin just a little bit.
Two big wingers in Keith Tkachuk and Billy Guerin, and when they get on their horse and decide to use their power.
And whenever there's physical play, Eric Brewer's number 2 shows up, doesn't it? Every scrum. 23 seconds left on this power play for Team USA. Leach, though, has got to give chase. They've given Gomez an assist on the goal by Billy Guerin. Gomez had 56 assists, the regular season tied for the NHL lead in assists. Move back up the ice. Team USA with 6 seconds to work on it. Wake is rammed against the boards onto the near side. Leach is open. Leach in, shot, and Brodeur runs it up the arm. Back in behind the net, Leach leaves it. Wait, penalty over. Back to 5-on-5. Centering pass block. Leach stays down low. Lyle's the only D back for Team USA with Leach getting caught up ice. But Team Canada can't move it out of the zone. Hull turnaround shot. Brodeur gloves it. Feathers that one off to Brewer. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Again, was already up ice, but they want to change. So the dump in goes to the corner by Ryan Smith. Team USA in the red, white, and blue. The 1920 jerseys of Team Canada, the team in 1920 that won the first gold ever in Canada hockey history.
But all of a sudden, we've got a hockey game. Why? Thanks to a guy who plays for the Dallas Stars, Billy Guerin, with his laser-like shot, has made it 2-1 Canada.
This guy has over 700 goals for one reason. You get him in a scoring position, and he's going to score goals. This is what they're trying to do. Get Brett Hull in that scoring area for a one-timer. You'll not see him fan that often, but watch on the power play, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see him get out of view, out of sight, and all of a sudden he's right in the scoring area, and he's going to be in the back of the net.
741 goals, third most all time. Brett Hull, that's his number. 4+ left to go here in period number 2. Team Canada leading it. Regeer, who's given and taken the shots in this game. Thornton trying to bounce it into the zone. Doan got it. He tried to go deep, couldn't get it through Eric Weinrich. Played back. Weinrich on the poke check. Freed it up, but not before Thornton got it to Doan. Doan and Klee collide. Klee drops it off to Konowalchuk. Deep Konowalchuk into the middle and cleared out by Halpern, length of the ice. And an icing call on Regeer's time.
You notice the tempo's gone out of the game too.
Yep.
And that isn't going to disappoint Ron Wilson and Team USA. I mean, they're still behind by a goal, but when there has been any rhythm to this game, the skating ability for Canada has had the U.S. back on their heels. So I think when the game gets chopped up, it favors Team USA a bit, at least at this stage of this game.
Well, no question, especially being here in Canada, being in Montreal. Canada has so much pressure on right now. The longer this game can stay 2-1 and Canada stay close, the more nervous that Canada is going to be. So watch for USA just to keep sputtering a little bit and keep them on their toes.
That was the second time in this game Vinny Lecavalier off a faceoff has gotten the puck right in on net. As Esche had to cover the short side. Gomez trying to back it up on the wall offside Billy Guerin, who had not yet cleared the zone. Our Sam Adams World Cup summary. Finland over the Czech Republic by a score of 4-0. That came the day yesterday, rather. And Sweden today with a 5-2 win over Germany. They are playing, of course, those are the teams involved in Europe. This is the first of the 4 teams to get underway here in North America. As Team USA is going to be going to St. Paul, Minnesota for a Thursday game against Team Russia. Moved back out by Danny Heatley. He'll trail on this play. And Smith taken out into the corner and hard. There's Chelios, the defenseman, putting the heat on. Back up onto the point. Foot will shoot it. That got blocked out deep. And Foot could not get that one through. The play by Conroy who blocked that. Heatley, poke check. Tkachuk's got it. Tkachuk moves it wide. Team USA doing that and doing it better, getting those wide passes. Conroy fanning a pass, got it to Tkachuk. He's open, shot, save, rebound, block, rebound, fanned on, rebound, hit off the glove, cleared up, not out. Miller's got it. Miller turns it back into the corner. What an effort down low. Conroy tied up. Amonte's got it. Amonte looking. Brian Reach joining the play. He's down low and open. There he is. Rebound. Sakic off the bench right to the top of the slot.
Well, luckily, too, you hear the fans booing. I think the linesman missed a little bit offsides on this one. And I'll tell you what, if this puck goes in the net, this roof is going to come off this building, and I wouldn't want to be that linesman. But Tony makes a great play. Monty comes around, puts it on net. This is earlier with the jury right in front. And you see a lot of Brodeur squirming and falling all over the place to try to keep the puck out.
What a chance. And the veteran Leach saw that one on the bench, and when he came on the ice, he just ran to the top of the crease. Mario Lemieux's line comes out on the ice now. That one's cleared the distance. Leach coming back. And Leach will touch that one up, and we're going to check in with Dave Amber. David and Barry.
Coming up in the second intermission, Barry's going to reveal the one player who could be the difference maker in the third. And Barry, right now we're seeing a bit of a momentum shift.
Because of Robert Esche's play early in this game, but he's going to have to make some key saves early in the third. Canada will be better early in the third.
Canada clinging to a 1-goal lead. Guys?
Heck of a game underway here in Montreal.
You know, 9 minutes ago was when the first scrum occurred, and we talked about the frustration that Team USA was feeling. Since that first scrum, they have outshot Team Canada in the last 9 minutes, 12-1.
What a turnaround. I mean, amazing. Esche able to knock that away. Minute 54 left to go. And it certainly has quieted the obvious Team Canada fans here. Amonte Sakic got a piece of him as he went down. Joe Sakic dumped it in the middle. Again, trying to get loose. Could not. Pass to him got blocked and cleared out by Lyles. Konowalchuk stood up. 2-on-2 the other way. Shutting it down. Conroy. His pass blocked. Lemieux, but it went back on net. Brodeur is tied up in the net, pulls the man in with him. Martin Brodeur is trying to get a whistle. He's in it with Konowalchuk.
Look at Mario.
Mario
Look at
Lemieux.
Mario. He wants to fight somebody. I can't believe it. And you say there's not rivalries in hockey? Holy cow.
Martin Brodeur got tied up and tried to pull the man in with him. Mario's first shift in 12 minutes, and he's ready to go.
And Jerome McGinley came in right away to help out. Chris Chelios is in there. Halpern has something going with Scott Niedermayer away from the scrum.
What got into Mario Lemieux, ladies and gentlemen?
Watch what Brodeur does here, first of all. It was Steve Konowalchuk that landed on him, and Brodeur said, well, while you're here, why don't you have dinner with me? Grabbed him by the back of the jersey and pulled him in. And it was Lemieux that went right after Konowalchuk.
Halpern and Niedermayer are fighting on the near side boards.
I thought this thing would calm down. It looked like they were talking.
The linesman, I don't think anybody saw it originally because they drifted off to the side.
You know, I stopped by the officials' room before the game and jokingly said to the linesman, well, I hope you guys are ready to break up a lot of fights tonight. Joking.
Not anymore. Let's watch Mario.
I told you this was going to get a little interesting. Just personal experience, guys.
This is the shift now where Mario, see the scrum in the net? Mario's trying to get in there to help Brodeur. And that's when it starts. He's after Konowalchuk. I'm not sure he went after the guy he really wanted, but he got Konowalchuk.
Meanwhile, look what's in two pieces right in front of the crease. The stick of Martin Brodeur.
You think he got someone pretty good with that?
I would think so.
I guess Mario's feeling pretty good.
And it's not broken where the handle meets the paddle. The paddle itself is snapped right in two.
That means somebody's shin has a pretty big welt on it right now.
It's amazing how things carry over in sports and aren't forgotten. You hear players a lot of times say, oh, that's in the past, that's gone. Bull. Because what you're seeing here with help with Mario Lemieux and Konowalchuk is Pittsburgh and Washington in the playoffs. They had some scrums. Konowalchuk was assigned to Mario and didn't mind putting the stick up and into the midsection on him, and Mario hasn't forgotten that. And once Mario saw it was 22, who was even remotely close to Martin Brodeur, it all came back again. And he went right after him and wanted a piece.
Well, you don't think that this means a lot to Mario Lemieux? Not to play, but 10 games. Was it 10 games last year he played in the league?
Yep,
to come out and work as hard as... work as hard as he has all summer with T.R. Goodman out in California, who's one of the best conditioning guys in all of the country, but to come out and show this kind of enthusiasm and this kind of attitude in front of his home crowd, I think it's a fantastic thing for Mario to be doing.
JR, as you know, this rivalry goes back to at least 1996 when Team USA won the World Cup of Hockey. And the winning goal started with a huge hit from Billy Guerin. We've seen Billy Guerin tonight. Tony Amonte, the ultimate winner that won it all for Team USA. And they have been a factor in what is at least a partial comeback, not a complete comeback yet, but they have been factors here in period number 2.
Billy Guerin still screaming out over there about the calls, I think. As these two are into it, the way you would hope it would be if you're a hockey fan. Team Canada romped through almost the first half of this game, dominating Team USA. Then Team USA just turned it around 180 degrees, and it's now a 1-goal game.
Well, Ronnie Wilson just yelled, "You got to be kidding," because the penalties didn't go their way. Steve, and if Connor Walchuk picked up a deuce, first of all, had that been a tearaway jersey, he'd be naked right now because Brodeur grabbed him by the back. Then it was Mario Lemieux that went after Connor Walchuk, I think not knowing that it had been Brodeur that pulled him in.
The penalties go 5 for fighting to Niedermayer and Halpern. Connor Walchuk gets 2 for roughing and 2 for goaltender interference, and Mario Lemieux gets 2 for roughing.
That's why Ron Wilson was saying, "You got to be kidding."
Yep, that's what he was saying.
Team Canada's on the power play.
Team Canada getting the power play, and this is going to be their 5th power play of the game. They've scored 2 power play goals. St. Louis and Sakic have the goals, shorthanded. That'll be dumped in. Ralston was trying to get there. Played back by Brodeur behind the net. And Team Canada will get the power play set up.
This is a huge kill for the United States. If they can get out of this period 2-1, they're going to have to feel really good about themselves coming into the 3rd period.
Under a minute left to go in the period. Good cutoff down low by Aaron Miller that time, played by Iginla. Looking out in front, Lemieux is not out there, obviously, in this power play because he's in the box. Dumped away from Redden. Redden takes the hit along the wall. Still loose. That was Iginla who came back to free it up. Again, Doan moved it in. Little dump past Sakic. Sakic leaves it far side open. Redden shot wide through a screen. Iginla had his arms up. He thought that had gone in. LeCavalier kicks it away to Iginla. Iginla, power play for Team Canada. Sakic wanted a one-timer. Couldn't get it. Good play by Amonte, who moved up and cut it off. It's Leach on LeCavalier. Doan came in to help. Doan, Sakic at a point. Sakic and Redden along the blue line on the power play. Doan leaves it down low. Trying to set a screen. LeCavalier back on top. Sakic left it far side. Centering pass gets blocked off the back of the net. LeCavalier to the point. There's nobody here. Comes to center, and that's going to do it. That'll do it for the period. 37 seconds left on Team Canada's power play to start period 3. Second period chances 10-4 Team USA after they were 14-zip in favor of Team Canada in the first. We've had 2 different games so far and a period left to go. Team Canada 2, USA 1.
Welcome to the Toyota Intermission Report. Barry, Melrose, David, Amber, great to have you along. Wow, these teams really like each other a lot. The rivalry rolls on, and this is some of the best hockey you're going to see.
Well, to me, this hockey is better than Olympic hockey for one reason, the size of the rink. You cannot hide in North American ice surface. You got to get involved physically, front of the net, in the corner. You don't see hitting in the Olympics like you're seeing tonight because the ice is too big. You can't run around to get a big hit or you're out of position. And physicality creates aggressiveness. Aggressiveness creates hatred. You're seeing that out there. These two teams, this is a nothing game. They're both going to go on to the medal round. It's only for standings, but you see it. You cannot hide, and you're going to stick your nose in here, and the intensity is unbelievable. That's why this hockey beats the Olympics all to heck as far as I'm concerned.
Both of Canada's goals scored on the power play, and Team USA not so happy about that. Aaron Andrews catching up with Keith Tkachuk right after the period.
All right, thank you very much. I'm here right now with USA forward Keith Tkachuk. Keith, the team very upset as they're walking in through the tunnel. What should have happened out there in your perspective?
Well, we disagree with the call the refs made there, but unfortunately they can't change it now. And we played so well that period. We took over after that miserable first period that I don't know what happened then.
Mario Lemieux getting into some action. Are you surprised at all?
No, this is a great rivalry, and it doesn't matter who you are on either team. You're going to go out and play hard, and you know, we're ready to go, and obviously Mario and their team's ready to go.
there's a chance you may have lost Mike Modano for this game. How much does that impact your team?
Well, he's a big part of this team, but, you know, we got to move on, and we got other players that can go out and do the job, but we'll definitely miss them.
Keith, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
All right, that's Keith Tkachuk. Let's send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Of course, news coming out of Montreal off the ice today as well. The NHL and the NHLPA meeting as they're trying to continue talks for this ongoing labor situation. Nothing to report right now, but those two sides will meet again tomorrow. And of course, we'll have more information tomorrow right here on ESPN and ESPN2's coverage of the World Cup of Hockey. And today we had an early one, Germany and Sweden in Stockholm.
But it looked like there might be a Cinderella story. Marco Sturm from San Jose scores a shorthanded goal to make it 1-1. The Germans had a good first period. But after that, Matt Sundin, your favorite player, scores on a beautiful backhand goal. Swedes are off to the races.
And Matt Sundin doing it big time today. Here, a no-look pass. Sweden pours in 4 goals in the period, and they win this one. 5-2 is your final. Sweden at home, tying now Finland. Perfect 1-0 record so far. Finland and the Swedes are going to get it on Friday tomorrow.
They hate each other.
Oh, boy, that is a rivalry you don't want to miss as well. Sweden right now atop the standings along with Finland.
That goes back to the Viking days.
It goes way back. And the Czech Republic, remember, they lost to Finland 4-0. So the Czech Republic looking to turn that around tomorrow against the Swedes. That's how the standings stack up. And
Czechs have certainly looked the poorest of all the teams I've seen. At least Germany tried. The Czechs didn't even try their first game.
Yeah, Jäger and gang shut out by the Finns. Tomorrow, though, they're taking on Matt Sundin and the Swedes as they look to turn things around. Coming up on the intermission report, prime time is right about now. Dion, you have some news coming out of the NFL and what's going on with prime time. That information coming your way next. Well, see the Stars tomorrow. You got Jaromir Jágr, you've got Peter Forsberg, Czech Republic and Sweden getting it on ESPN. Puck drops 1 o'clock Eastern as the World Cup of Hockey rolls on. Welcome back to the Toyota Intermission Report. Barry Melrose, David Amber. Coach, who we're going to look for in the third period to be the difference maker?
The reason this game is close is because of Robert Esche. Gave his team a chance to compete in the second period, which they did, and they took over the second period. But Brett Hull's got to create some offense. Jeremy Roenick said he's their best offensive player. He's the 3rd top goal scorer in NHL history. This guy's got to put some pucks on the net if the Americans are going to have any chance of beating Canada in the third period.
Canada, a 1-goal lead after 20 minutes, a 1-goal lead after 40 minutes. And remember, there could be some overtime coming your way. Gary, Bill, and JR with your third period coming up next from Montreal. Canada clinging to a 2-1 lead on the Toyota World Cup of Hockey.
ESPN2's presentation of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey is brought to you by the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized.
Is underway here in Montreal, and we're delighted to have you with us. Canada's got a 2-1 lead, but 2 different games. Canada dominated the first portion of the first 2 periods, and now Team USA has battled back and made it a 2-1 game. With Bill Clement, Jeremy Roenick, Aaron Andrews, I'm Gary Thorne. Third period getting ready to go.
Scoreboard really reflects the 2 games, with Canada going up 2-0 early on. But now it's up for grabs. Canada came out storming, and on a power play was Thornton to Martin St. Louis. That was 1. And Joe Sakic from the point on a second power play. But Billy Guerin narrowed the gap. And as soon as it got to be a scrum fest is when Team USA came off life support.
If you'd told me this game was going to look like this going into the third period, I wouldn't have believed you at the end of the first. It just looked like Team Canada was just going to dominate, and then Team USA got things turned around. So here we go. Martin Brodeur, Robert Esche in net.
It's funny, you saw USA turn it up right when Mike Modano went out of the game. And usually that's what happens when you have a top guy go out. You're going to have other guys step up and just pick up the play.
That was Esche who had to make a save with Lecavalier cutting right in front of him. Martin Brodeur shuts it down at the other end. Team USA picking up in the shot department. Guerin, Tkachuk both had 3 shots in that last period, and holding Sakic down to a couple, and 2 for Lecavalier in the second period. And Team Canada after that did not get the chances they had in the first. Lecavalier, Iginla looking St. Louis. St. Louis trying to get it back out in front, jammed up. Iginla sets a little pick, held in by Foot, intercepted by Leach, off the wall. Foot trying to get it. He's got to get turned around. Tkachuk was trying to break through him. St. Louis turned by Doug Waite. Teams want to change. Just underway here in the third period. With the goals by St. Louis and Sakic on power plays for Team Canada, Guerin an even strength goal for Team USA. It'll be chased deep into the zone by Weinrich, and he will touch that one up, and we'll check in with Aaron Andrews. Aaron?
All right, Gary. Well, Mike Modano left early in the second period. They're calling it a lower body injury. He will not return tonight. He will be further evaluated tomorrow, guys.
I think personally, I saw him get hit in the foot with a puck. I don't know if he got hit it hard enough to make him maybe his foot swell up or what, but I didn't see anything happen to him. I'm kind of curious what that lower body injury is.
Well, now you know how it feels for us sitting up here, huh?
We're back in the playoffs.
Well, you should see how it feels for me down there. It's no fun.
Probably means he's got a head injury. Back into the middle. Regier will move it out. Team Canada in the yellow jerseys from 1920, their first gold medal won by that team. So in recognition of that, the jerseys on tonight. The red, white, and blue for Team USA here in Montreal. Laid back, Regier's got it. Good forechecking job. Team USA's Billy Guerin was up there preventing the move out of the zone. He intercepted, but the dump in went wide. Morrow had a good intercept. Tkachuk moves it back. Gomez, he'll leave it deep. Team USA will start there. Canada's injuries include Rob Blake and Chris Pronger, who are out, and Steve Yzerman, whom we mentioned earlier. Three that did not make it. Jovanovski injured in this game. And you've got Niedermayer still serving a 5-minute for fighting. So Team Canada is starting this third period with 4 defense people available to play till Niedermayer gets out of the box. Adam Foote. Conroy jumped over his stick. Waite will carry it back deeper into the zone. And start out with it. Team Canada nowhere near as dominating as they were starting this game. That one got jumped. Waite moving it in. Shot. Save made by Esche. Bouncing puck into the corner. Gagne. Simon Gagne held it in. Simon Gagne is getting held in. Right up against the wall. Gagne breaks free, trying to find somebody open. Dump back. St. Louis trying to set Waite to the front of the net. Klee ties up his man Gagne. St. Louis again dumping it off. Little line change here for Team Canada. Mario Lemieux had been out playing in this group and is not. Gagne had come out and played. We'll get a change. Hull with it. Hull waiting as they come over the boards.
Here's the Lemieux unit now, Gary.
Lemieux comes back out as they finally get the line out with Sakic, Lemieux, and Iginla.
I tell you, USA dodged a bullet over there real quick, and it was a great play by Tony Amonte just to get a stick on the player just before he shot. I don't know who had it. Might have been Richards, but Tony Amonte got a stick. Tony Amonte got a stick right in on the hands of Richards and didn't allow him to get a good shot on that.
Short summer for Brad Richards after winning the Stanley Cup, and then here he said he actually took less than a month off and then started training on the 9th of July after a trip to southern France. But he said his life is not his own any longer in Prince Edward Island. He said people come into his door. He said, I'm not sure I can live there any longer.
Amazing, huh? Guerin dropped that one off. Mario Lemieux out there trying to get going, got held up. Good play by Ralston, who tied up Mario Lemieux. Tipped deeper into the corner, still loose. Having trouble, both teams having trouble movement. Redden got it around, couldn't clear it by Leach. They hold it in down low. Shot went right through the top of the crease, comes all the way to Miller. Aaron Miller, his pass deflected up and into the netting, where we will get a whistle. Talking about that team from 1920, it was Team Canada's first gold medal that they won. These were the uniforms that they wore. Was the Olympic hockey competition. In fact, Team USA was involved in that competition.
They were the Winnipeg Falcons. Winnipeg Falcons. Back then, before other countries became powerful in hockey, whatever team won a senior championship in Canada usually went on to win the gold medal in the Olympics. The Penticton V's, the Whitby Dunlops, I mean, pick a team. The Kingston Frontenacs.
Here's Morrow in. Shot! And he didn't get it off. Went off the heel of the stick. Chelios trying to back it up, went along the wall. That ended up being a 2-on-1 break, and Team USA dodges another bullet right there. Dumped off by Conroy, but nobody there to receive. Moved up. Brewer not out. Conroy got it. Conroy also had Doan's stick stuck in his midsection. Back again into the middle. Brendan Morrow out of gas, though, as he gets knocked down. Robert Esche dropped it off. Esche spectacular in the first period in particular of this game. And that gave Team USA a chance to regroup and get going. Regier cleared it around. Turned back into the middle on a deflection wide of the net. Good opportunity by Jeff Halpern, who got a stick on it. Halpern comes to the corner to dig it out. Halpern along the wall, sends it in softly. Brodeur up to Heatley. I've not heard a lot from Danny Heatley tonight. He's not had a lot of room to get open here. Ryan Smith will dump that one in. Third back in. Odd man rushes. Canada's had them all 6-0 so far in this game. Into the middle, there's Halpern, leaves it. Guerin a trailer. Konowalchuk to him. Guerin looking, shot, missed it as it went in behind the net. Deep rebound all the way around the wall. Ryan Smith's got it. Smith.
Great play by Leachy there, stepping over and taking that play away. 3-on-2, and Leachy just so smart, comes over and takes that pass right away.
Phenomenal, isn't he? For all these seasons and all these miles for Brian Leetch, he continues to be one of the great defensemen of the game. 11 times now he's played in international competition.
And he's going to have to be as good as he's ever been in this tournament for Team USA to win at all, because he is part of the go-to pairing. It's Aaron Miller and Brian Leetch. With the injuries that Team USA has on the blue line, Brian Leetch is going to have to be as good, if not better, than he's ever been.
17 years with the New York Rangers. Then, of course, the trade nobody could believe as he ended up in Toronto. Back into the corner, Lyles. Ooh, did he get a stick underneath? Lyles upended Simon Gagne. Gagne all right, though. Center, he passed St. Louis. He had a man open down low, but couldn't get it there. He got blocked. His weight was standing waiting.
Boy, Simon Gagne had a terrific shift in the offensive zone. He kept the play alive with a poke check.
Redden moves it in. Redden the wrister. Over Esche. Conroy will pick it up. Amonte's ahead of him. Looking for Hull. Couldn't get it. Too far. Icing on the touch. 13:50 to go. This game yet to be decided. Canada's got the 2-1 lead. They came from the old Montreal Forum. They are the best hot dogs in the world. They are grilled. And so's the roll.
Why don't you go ahead on that and we'll talk about the game.
I remember Wayne Van Dorp ate 20 of those one day during a game, and we had to carry him on the bus one year.
I got to 8 one day, but that's all.
20 hot dogs.
Is there a game?
This is a good game going on right now.
Bill, this kitchen update brought to you by Gary and JR.
We got a good game going on right now.
Oh, mercy. Got down to 13:44 left to go here. Conroy off the wall. Niedermeyer moving in with Niedermeyer on the touch.
Guys, Conroy has not been off the ice in the last 3 minutes. It's like they're triple shifting him right now.
Mario's back out there. Mario Lemieux has not played very much. One shift in the last 18 minutes. Took a penalty. And Mario yakking away along the near side. There's been a lot of that going on in this game. Conroy has played he is a very tough player. And he had some words out there as Mario skated away. Joe Sakic on the faceoff won it. Stolen by Guerin. Nice tip out of the zone by Ralston. Niedermeyer reached in, one-armed it. Played back in by Sakic. Regier near side. Mario's on the near side with him. Sends it into the corner for Sakic to get. Sakic turns it. Looking into the middle. Regier. The wrister in front blocked. Tried to get it to Iginla down low. Team USA has covered Iginla pretty well in this game. That tip pass Mario. Lemieux turns it up. 3-on-2 opportunity. Sakic's on the right. Mario's a trailer. Drop to him. Centering pass. Sakic had been tied up and taken down.
Too many nice guys. Nobody wanting to shoot.
And that was Leetch again who got back. Team USA cannot clear. Brewer shot. Glove. Esche. And Guerin just wants to take the heat off and will ice it.
I'll tell you what, that started from a bad change earlier. It looked like a 3-on-1. And all of a sudden, we have Leachy coming off the bench and just gets in and takes the guy out in front of the net. But it looked really bad in the beginning.
The best hockey players in the world will continue Wednesday, ESPN2, the Toyota World Cup of Hockey, 1 Eastern. It'll be Jágr, Czech Republic, Mats Sundin, Sweden, 7 o'clock Sakic, Canada against Slovakia.
Here we go. It looks like a really bad situation. 3-on-1. Leachy comes off the bench, does a great job to take Joe Sakic out, puts a stick between the legs, negates the scoring opportunity.
Ryan Leetch, 2 very fine plays on the last 2 shifts. There he is. Leetch and Miller teaming up defensively. Drop back, good pressure. Thornton got it. Thornton take down on the far side. Morrow. Doan's got the puck. Shane Doan trying to one-arm that one. Doan, great strength. Back for Thornton from the Boston Bruins. Thornton tipped it. Thornton brings it around. Thornton the shot. Save made by Esche. And Morrow gets the paddle from Esche as he came too close. Leetch will pick it up. Dumps it off the near side wall. Great pass to Hull. Hull poke checked away from him and turned out of the zone by Thornton. Both teams over the boards.
I'll tell you what Team Canada's starting to do now. Play like this a regular season game. Chip the puck in deep. Establish a game along the wall. Get it in behind Robert Esche.
Nobody committing penalties now. 2-1 game with 12 minutes left to go. Team Canada, both their goals off the power play. Vinny Lecavalier trying to move it in offside. It got stood up by Tony Amonte.
Part of that play I talked about behind the net, centered around the play of the big Boston Bruins center Joe Thornton. Look at the play. Once off the net, again. 2 complete 360s, and finally he left Aaron Miller in his dust, turned around, couldn't get complete wood on it. But when Joe Thornton establishes that kind of game down low, there are a few players that can negate him.
Doug Waite won that face-off. Returned Lecavalier in the middle, got it. Heatley on the right. Comes near side instead, Ryan Smith overskated. Waite up the wall, held in by Redden. Redden dumped it down low. Danny Heatley behind the net. Heatley, Atlanta, one of the fine young players. Heatley is going to make that organization a team to contend with. Near side, knocked again. Redden cleared out of the zone, and they've got to clear. 11:25 to go, and now we get a more cautious game. And Smith trying to put it through the middle, got blocked. Chelios trying to turn back, had Waite there. Lyles on the far side. St. Louis moves up ahead to Tkachuk. Tkachuk backs it up. Chelios. There's Chelios. He is the captain for Team USA, as he was at the Olympics in Salt Lake. Mario Lemieux, the captain for Team Canada. Great pass sent away to Richards.
Look out.
Richards coming. Richards looking near side for Gagne. Got tied up. Gagne got all the way over there. Tkachuk's on him. Puck's kicked away. St. Louis behind the net. Richards centering pass. St. Louis picks it up to Richards. Tic-tac passing. Shot. Esche able to keep it down. Gagne tried to ram it home. Great chance down low. Conroy out of the zone. Both teams trying to get a line change done here. Batted by Ralston. Regier wouldn't let him go by. Gagne out.
Gagne back again. Gagne's been Canada's best player in this period and one of their best in the game. Remember, he got crushed into the boards and cut his nose in the first period. No problem.
Playing it great at both ends. Aaron Miller had it lost. Here comes Mario Lemieux, who moved up on it. Played by Iginla, couldn't control it. Now they're going to wave off any icing. Adam put back to get it. Closing in on the 10-minute mark of the third period. Hull up on the forecheck. Mario's fighting. Brett Hull is forechecking. What is going on here? Mario Lemieux dumps it in from the red line. Behind the net, Esche. Played by Sakic. Gets hit by Leach. Dug out, spotted up in the air by Gomez. Cleared it into the middle of Ralston, who wants to go there. He'll take it out of boards instead. Ralston winds up wide of the net. Martin Brodeur let that go. Sent it in. That's Lemieux chasing. Centering pass, foot blocked it to Ralston. Ralston kicked it away. Held it into Leach. Leach waiting, trying to find someone in front. Mario Lemieux, that long reach of his, that stick all over the ice was at the point on that one. Team Canada needs a line change, though. Thornton. Chelios bumped it ahead. Gomez may have got a touch on it, and no, it's icing. So we're going to send you away with 9:18 less to go while we finish the hot dogs. We'll be right back for a finish. 9:18 remaining. Esche, what a difference he made, especially in that first period. There to see the shots as Team USA has battled back after that first period where Canada 19-6. Amazing.
Jeff Halpern out there for Team USA has taken all of the defensive draws to the right of Robert Esche.
Good face-off win. Thornton tried to run that in on net. Couldn't get it there. Lyles tipped it away. Connor Walchuk is out there. Halpern and Guerin. That's Guerin with a puck. Guerin moving it in. Guerin a shot. Save Brodeur. Run into by Halpern.
Scott Niedermayer's got his arms out saying, come on, isn't that goalie interference?
He may have helped the interference, actually.
I know one thing. Brodeur looked like he got jarred pretty good.
Yes, he did.
Well, this is a great play by Billy Guerin. He takes it wide, and he knows that there's going to be someone going to the net. And just like Marty Brodeur does, he just covers it up and doesn't let out a rebound.
Watch Halpern here. He hit Brodeur with no help from Niedermayer at all. He actually hacked Niedermayer and then went by him.
Yep.
That's why Scott Niedermayer was pleading his case.
Tale of 3 games here with Canada dominating early. 18-0 in chances early in the game. U.S. came back. They had a 10-4 advantage in chances midway through, and now a tight third period with 8:50 left to go. NHL rules, of course, apply for the World Cup this year. So should there be a tie at the end of the game, we do what would happen normally in the regular season. You would take the break and play the 5-minute overtime. When we get to the second round where teams are eliminated, then you have the overtime rule that applies in the playoffs where you just keep playing. For this first round, though, where each team plays 3 games, the overtime is that 5-minute job. Heatley poked it around behind the net. Miller back to get it. Amonte looking wide. right again. Once these rink-wide passes started to connect, Canada had to spread it out a little bit. Centered! Not quite. Tkachuk had a chance to redirect. Adam Foote clears it. Just trying to get a little room that time. Ryan Smith's on the right in the middle now. Smith waiting. His shot gets blocked. Lyle's got a stick on it, and it ended up, Clee did rather, up and into the netting.
Well, there's no doubt about who the USA most valuable player is this year, for today's game. That'd be Robert Esche. He's just come in here and he's just made some saves to keep this team in this hockey game and keeping Canada frustrated. Keith Tkachuk, you put that about 2 more feet in front of him, that puck ends up in the net.
That shot by Niedermayer is wide, kind of like last time, JR, in '96, when Team USA upset Canada. MVP, Richter, the man in net for that Team USA. St. Louis dumps it ahead. And played by Lyles. Wait moving in. Intended for Chelios, but it ended up going into the netting, and the faceoff's going to stay in the USA zone.
Some grindage going on out there now. Whew. You know, a lot of these players said, don't expect this to be a high-scoring tournament. And naturally, everybody was thinking, well, come on, these are the same guys that played in the Olympics. But keep in mind, this is not the wide rink. The red line is in play here for 2-line passes. And besides that, the guys in the smaller rink are playing a tighter brand, and that happened even in the games leading up to this one to start the tournament.
Gretzky said it perfectly yesterday. He says defense wins championships. Both these teams are exhibiting it.
Jay, how much does it matter here? I mean, even though they had a couple of weeks and players generally stay in shape, it's not like you're in mid-season form, which I suppose can cut both ways.
I'll tell you what, these guys out here right now are sucking air, something fierce. Especially the first period. They're probably feeling a little bit better now that the third period is starting to move along. But I'll tell you what, that first period was really difficult for them. What a shot. We just can't get a break here from Chris Drury.
That might be Marty Brodeur's best save of the game. Well, I should say, that was a diving one he made, but that save with the left pad was terrific.
He just kicked that one away as though it was an easy save. Brewer's got it. The other thing that may be draining here, it is really hot. This building is full, and it is really hot in this building. And as the game is going along, you'll notice the puck has started to stick a little more. Tkachuk got it into the middle. Shot. A save made by Brodeur.
Jeez. What a great opportunity. The U.S. is starting to put a little bit more pressure on Marty Brodeur. One place that you can score on Marty Brodeur, and everybody knows it in the National Hockey League, is down low. So they're going to throw everything at his feet. But Marty does a good job here of getting on the ice and taking away a very fortunate opportunity by the U.S.
Jeff Halpern led the Caps in scoring last year.
Ronnie Wilson mixing and matching his lines naturally without Mike Modano. Had Tkachuk out there that time with Konowalchuk and Halpern. And then they were 2/3 of Washington's great checking line that had Alfie Dolan on it. So Halpern and Konowalchuk really play well together.
That's Thornton. Team Canada's got it in their offensive end. Cleared away, though, to Tkachuk. Good work again by Miller, who freed that one up to Leach. Leach of the red line poked away by Morrow. Doan on him. Leach protects it, gets it away to Aaron Miller. Miller on the near side. Miller missed 39 games this last season, injury. He's happy to be out there and healthy to start another year, even if this is the year. The World Cup. Chelios waiting to get onside Gomez of the New Jersey Devils. Sends that one deep. Again, Niedermayer back to get it. Niedermayer, Gomez teammates in New Jersey, but not here in the World Cup. Cleared back around the far side. Niedermayer gets the stick picked up. Cleared away to Heatley. Heatley's got it out of the zone. Here comes Ryan Smith back in. Lecavalier cutting to the net. Couldn't get it to him. Team USA just getting back on the back check that time. Chris Chelios will send that one in. 3-time Norris Trophy winner. Best defenseman in the NHL. Chelios logging time as the captain. Team USA.
I tell you what, time is running down here with 5 minutes left. The U.S. has got to start putting a big push on, get some of their top scorers out there a little bit more often.
Team Canada still leading at 2-1. Those goals came in the first period. Hull's cutting into the middle. Pass trying to get to him. Can't. Gagne there. Gagne cut it off. Gagne, bothered by Hull, still was able to move it out. St. Louis was hanging at center, but Ryan Richard saw him and got back. Into the corner, Wait shoved away. Hit off the far side wall, but not out. Look out for Foote. Shot save made. Esche. And he redirected to try and get it out. Hull backed it up. Gagne saw that coming, but couldn't get to it. And Brewer will chase it down. Keep an eye on the clock now, as JR said. Time a factor here with Team Canada still on top in this game by a score of 2-0, and that'll be whistled on the offside. St. Louis from Thornton and Niedermeyer. Sakic from Redden and St. Louis. Billy Guerin, Team USA from Gomez. 2-1. Ron Wilson, coach, Team USA, 1996, Game 3, series tied 1-1 for the championship. Going into period number 3, Hull at 16:42 would tie it. Hull. Tony Amonte would win it at 2:35 left to go as Team USA shocked Canada in 96 for the World Cup championship. 4 goals in the last 3 minutes and 18 seconds of the third period in 96 for Team USA. Hull is here. Amonte is here. And it's the third period, and Canada has a 2-1 lead. Will history repeat itself? Dump back in, and that ends up going into the netting and will be whistled.
You want to see the goals from 96?
Yes.
Why not? He talked about him, Gary. Brett Hull with a crazy deflection. Tony Amonte. And icing on the cake, Hatcher.
Amazing finish. Nobody in 96 thought Team Canada would walk away without the championship. The format has obviously changed. That ended up with that was a best-of-3 final. Not going to have that this time around. There'll be single elimination once we get to the elimination round. This first round, though, each team plays 3 games to determine the seedings. Niedermeyer backed it up. Heinrich moved in to hold it in and did. Niedermeyer's got it back behind the net. Amonte trying to dig it out. Coming back, Connor Walchuk with it. Connor Walchuk turns it back in behind the net. They're looking out in front. Wrap around. Chance, and Brodeur knocked it away.
Great save.
Doug Waite and Marty Brodeur denied. Chelios on the touch.
Got to tell you something. Scott Niedermeyer is a great player, but when you let 3 players on him, Team USA was able to force the turnover. It's all right. Niedermeyer knows he's got Marty Brodeur back there.
You need 3 guys on Niedermeyer to get the puck away from him. What a great save by Marty Brodeur. That's what he does. He takes the wraparounds away so easily. It was one of the better chances that we've had in a while. So hopefully, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. We need another goal here, boys.
You're listening to Jeremy Roenick, who has had an opportunity to be on Team USA. When you hear the "we," that's why. That one bumped back in behind the net. Billy Guerin tied up by Morrow.
Yeah, I'm biased.
No, it's all right. I'm
biased.
That one bounced into the corner. Tkachuk going after it. Doan hauls it in.
Well, Gary and I don't need any goals. We got hat tricks ourselves tonight.
That's exactly right.
The hot dog hat tricks.
Hot dog hat tricks.
I've mentioned Canada a couple times tonight. That's it.
I want to remind you, baseball tonight coming up as soon as we've completed our World Cup of Hockey game here with 2:49 left to go, and Canada leading it 2-1. Team USA trying to get one back. That one got blocked at center, and Heatley will just dump it in wide. Played up in the air. No way to go with it, though. Big battle. Ryan Smith in behind the net. Heatley's back there. Gomez for Team USA goes down. Smith trying to turn it in front. Did. Blocked by Esche. LeCavalier back up on top. Nobody there. Near side Regier. Open screen shot. That one deflected wide. May have been touched by Ryan Smith on the way through. Held in again. Team Canada holding the zone. Vinny LeCavalier had the poke checked away. Turned around. Chris Drury cleared. And it will be an icing.
Barely. But that line from Canada with Heatley and Ryan Smith and Vinny LeCavalier. They have been able to grind this clock down to 2 minutes and 9 seconds with their great work along the walls. Now Team USA needs a break.
21,273 packed in. Bell Center, Montreal.
I'd say everybody pretty well has gotten their money's worth here tonight. We've seen something, a little bit of everything.
Tremendous hockey game. Lyles cleared it up. Into the middle. Slovakia will be playing. Team Canada here. Team USA goes to St. Paul. They will play Russia on Thursday. Lyles coming back. St. Louis. Block Chelios. Looking ahead. Ed Conroy. Great play by Waite. Waite blocked it and held it in. Simon Gagne to the corner. Chelios. Team Canada now holding in the zone here as Team USA trying to get out, having troubles. Gagne again. That one got blocked by Waite. Got back around the near side. Looking at 1:30 left to go. Keep an eye on Esche if Team USA can move this puck into the other end. Connor Walchuk trying to gain the red. Again, low in lighting. Back to Chelios. Chelios dumped it. Team Canada trying to change. Here's Hull. Hull sends it in high off the glass. Esche edging his way out. Now has to back up and back in net. Beginless pass for Mario Lemieux. Lemieux will chase it down. Lemieux center. Ooh, blocked by Ralston almost so hard that it ended up being a shot, but he controlled it. Back into the middle, Niedermayer. Shot, save it, rebound, bounce straight up in the air, but he got a whistle. He got a whistle.
All right. I think it's time for a timeout here. Let's regroup ourselves. Let's get the game plan down. U.S. needs a big last minute here.
They've had to use Ralston on defense, Bill. They're so shorthanded. Last shift, Ralston came out and played D.
And trying to generate some offense, obviously, but Team USA got a break here and getting a whistle.
Yeah. There's the timeout, Jer.
Yeah, I know this game a little bit.
Why would you say that?
Well, 58 seconds to go in a one-goal game, you'd call a timeout. That's pretty good. You got coaching material written all over you.
No, only because I'd be sucking so much wind out there I couldn't even feel myself.
Face-off is going to be in Team USA's end, so Esche will have to wait to get out of there.
And Ronnie Wilson now is talking to them and pointing to the offensive zone. Obviously what has to happen for anything that he is saying. Now Peter Laviolette, the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, is talking to them. But before they even discuss what happens in the offensive zone, they got to win a face-off.
Laviolette's in charge of the D, Bill. Ron Wilson has given him control of D.
Or what's left of them.
What's left of them.
And Barry Smith there giving Robert Esche his marching orders.
I'll tell you what, right now, I'll tell you exactly what the U.S. plan is going to be. It's going to get the puck in deep, get Keith Tkachuk and Billy Guerin in front of that net, in front of Martin Brodeur, get that puck back to Brian Leetch, and hopefully something will squeak by, or there'll be a rebound with Keith and Billy Guerin right in front.
Who does all that work to get the puck back to them? I guess it'll be Doug Waite.
It's Dougie Waite. Dougie Waite's the playmaker here.
Regier, that was blocked by Joe Sakic. Who else? Big play man. Dumped into the zone. 48 seconds left to go. Esche has to stay in. Leetch in his own end. Lemieux, Iginla, Sakic, Niedermayer, and Regier defensively. There goes Esche. Leetch trying to gain the red, trying to dump it in. It's blocked. Empty net at the other end and whistled on an offside. 34 seconds remaining. Team Canada leading it 2-1. At one point, chances were 18-zip, Team Canada. USA's had 15 of the last 18 chances. Team USA is the extra skater. Hull guns it in. Played by Niedermayer. Niedermayer around the boards, knocked down by Guerin. Gomez had it. Guerin trying to help. Lemieux had pushed it away. Sent right through the crease with Tkachuk in front. Back to Leetch. Leetch dumps it into the corner. Couldn't get it there. Niedermayer. What a hold in. Tkachuk, but it came outside the zone. He did not hold it in.
Man, you're not going to see better opportunities in the last minute than we just saw right there. Throw it at the net. It has a chance to go in. Billy Guerin made a great play to keep it in on the boards. Now it's just a battle. It's just a race. There goes Keith Tkachuk to the front of the net. Man, you're not going to see much better than that.
And it was Doug Waite that centered it. Mario Lemieux hasn't been off the ice the last 2 minutes. When you need him the most, Pat Quinn has had him fresh.
Sakic won the draw. Niedermayer clears it around. Knocked down. 3 seconds left to go. The countdown. Team Canada 2. Team USA 1.
Well, I wasn't disappointed. We all thought in the beginning of the game that was going to be a rout. Robert Esche came in, stood strong, kept his team in the game. It turned out to be a hell of a hockey game.
St. Louis from Thornton and Niedermayer. Sakic from Redden and St. Louis in the first period. Second period the second. Billy Guerin from Gomez for Team USA in the second period. No scoring in the third.
The Team USA can hold their heads high because of the way they played in the second half, but now it's just not a matter of holding your head high. It's a matter of bodies. It's about Mike Modano. It's about your banged up defensemen. For that matter, Canada's got some injuries to think about now too.
Our final score here, Team Canada winning the first of the games in North America. And they do it here in Montreal by a score of 2-1. Baseball tonight is going to be coming up next. We thank all of you for joining us. A lot more activity hockey-wise coming up Thursday. Our coverage of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey. The United States will take on Russia. That will be coming up Thursday at 7. On behalf of Aaron Andrews, Jeremy Roenick, Bill Clement, I'm Gary Thorne. Thanks for being with us, everybody. Canada wins this one 2-1. Baseball tonight is now.